Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. Attention, we have just received word that from now on the name of the game will be changed to Penny Nichols' Ace Assistant. It will just be about her being an assistant on the set of movies and TV shows. Nothing bad will happen, but she will be adorable. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see Oak was here first saying, "Hey, Longa, I made a Logan Robo wiki?" Like an actual wiki page? How many pages are there? Are you gonna post it on the Discord? I am very curious about this, but how you doing, Oak? Weedle says, "Hello there, puppy." And the next comment, Kicker. There was a dramatic pause to make me think I'm a puppy. How you doing, Weedle? Oak says, now we can catalog the lore for Mantis and beef and such. Wow. I wonder how much of our lore already is going to be contradicting itself and each other. Rukov is here saying, ooh, it's more this like, no, not really a carny barker, but like hype man type of stuff. Rukov says, prepare yourself for high energy antics, unexpected improv, and borderline unhealthy obsession with Penny Nichols from Ace Attorney. Borderline unhealthy. See, board games, banter, and bizarre voices await. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you might even question your life choices. You're definitely gonna question mine. That's for sure. But you'll definitely enjoy the ride. Viewer discretion is advised. Logan is still single and full of chaotic charm, as long as it's charming. That's what matters, right? How you doing, Rukov? Good to see you. Kim says, streamly, check it, have a fun stream, y'all, and consume fluid. Is water allowed? I actually got like a notification from the city I live in saying that the tap water has been contaminated nearby. And so it's like, boil your water. So fortunately, we're just drinking from a bottle here. But thank you very much, Kim. How are you doing? I was checking on Twitch the other day and I saw you were live, but I was at work and I couldn't pop in. But how are all of you? Oak, Weedle, Rukov, Kim. Oh, and over on YouTube, we have Opinion saying, hello, how you doing, Opinion? Saying, I have spent much of the day napping. It feels wonderful. That was like me after work yesterday, but it made it so I couldn't fall asleep at night because I took such a long nap. But it's good to see all of you. Let's go ahead and load up the game. I assume if we have a smaller than usual crowd here that it's going to be that everybody else is off playing Undertale. Or excuse me, not Undertale, Deltarune. It's the same words. It's just say it's like one is dyslexic for the other. I'm excited to play it. I hope some of y'all are playing Deltarune so that we'll be able to play it soon. I actually got a comment on one of my videos because I did a highlight stream of
Stinky puppy kicker, stink not eating enough, fund up man and a stinky puppy kicker.
I mean, thank you for re-upping the sub. A bit less for the slander and libel. I think if it's written, it's libel. But thank you so much, Weedle, for re-upping the sub. 27 months. That's your third subscription, baby. Are you gonna name them all after the little children in the game that shall not be named? But thank you so much, Weedle, and for using your Prime sub. I really appreciate that. I know you only get like one Prime sub, so I'm very grateful that you're using it here. Oh, and Rukov says Underrune. Sure, yeah. Say Underrune. That makes it sound like you're saying Underoos, which is a type of underwear. But yeah, so I posted just a short little highlight video I threw together really quickly after stream last time. Stayed up way too late that night. And I think I got a comment from somebody saying, hey, I'm looking forward to your clips from chapter 3 and 4. I'm like, oh, I don't even know who the person is. It's just some person out there. I'm like, no, I really want to play the game. If somebody wants to see me play it, I want to play it. But again, how are all of you? Oak, Wheel, Rukov, Kim, Opinion. I hope you're all doing well. All right, so where we left off last time, if I remember correctly, I think the last thing that happened was it Penny or Lotta? One of the two of them chimed in. I think it was Penny chimed in that the night before she saw Sean on the set here what looked like talking to the Gordy monster. I don't think she called it Gordy. It's like a monster with a long neck. In the flashback, it looks like it was probably the crane with the camera with just a sheet draped over it. But with the lighting, you couldn't tell if he was actually looking at it or looking past it. So I think there might have been like someone sitting or standing on the fence or climbing over the fence or something like that. So something is going on there. And so, yes, I think that's where we're at now. We just figured that out after we teamed up with Lang. Edgeworth and Lang had a really fun, like adversarial bonding moment, which I love seeing in anime. Oh, and I see a shout out's going on for Queen Katie. Is Queen Katie here? Oh, there we go. The next comment is Queen Katie said, howdy. How you doing, Queen Katie? And Oak posted a link. Hang on. I gotta check this out. So for those who weren't here a few moments ago, Oak claims to have created a LoganRobo wiki. I'm gonna put it in the clip here. Let's check this out. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the LoganRobo wiki. Channel lore, inside jokes, community members. Look, that's Miro. Voices and Logan. That's me. It cuts off on my screen at Loga. I think because I need to do it like that. Wow, I'm gonna have to check this out after stream. I mean, we could probably do an entire stream of just checking that out, but I'm excited to see it. Okay, we should play the game though. We should probably play the game. We're like 8 minutes into stream and I haven't done any playing. Although I know like a lot of streamers apparently they'll just like chat it for 20 minutes, but I know that I'll get distracted and chat later, so we're gonna actually play right now. Well, how about that, Mr. Prosecutor? Oh yeah, and he's still calling us that, even though he knows we're like an ex-prosecutor, kind of. Another mysterious beast to contend with? Don't tell me you believe this nonsense, Agent Lang. The monster angle's neither here nor there. But I think we have a pretty good idea now who we need to speak to next. Yeah, the camera crane. Young Mr. Fenn, if he really was here last night, oh yeah, then he can let us know if the body was here and if the footprints had been dug up yet. Then there's a good chance he saw something. My thoughts exactly. All right, so we gotta talk to Sean. Wait, where is he? Did he already leave? The prosecution calls Sean Fenn to the stand. Oh, he's not there? Okay, I'll just point at the adorable little, is that a stopwatch? Around Penny Nichols' neck there? Yeah, Sean ran off just a moment ago. Oh, we didn't even get an animation for that. He's probably too cool to see him running. This is why you should always tie a bell around children's necks so they can't escape you. Why? We need to get after him. Why is Lotta coming with? She's got a goofy animation for running, but why is she coming to April 6, 10:54 a.m., Big Building Plaza? I still think this is crazy. This is the same day as our committee hearing. Lotta, go away. And make Edgeworth run like that. Where the heck did he go? Maybe he just went home. You're right, they won't be doing any filming today after all. Okay, that's true. If there's nothing to do at work, you might want to just go home. Sure, or maybe he went on the lam. Is that just LAM? Does it have a silent B? I don't know how that works. Nah, you're just overthinking things, Shirley. I'm not overthinking things. And don't call me Shirley. It's like that movie about the airplane. I can't remember what it's called, but it was about an airplane. I should read some more in the chat. Let's see. Oak said new LoganRobo wiki just dropped. I'm gonna have to like explore that after stream. I can't believe, how long did that take you to make? Quick said nearly missed the notification. Lol. Also, I apologize in advance because my Wi-Fi's been so nasty to me today. I'm sorry. I think on Discord, Crystal said it's been bad for her too, where she's at. I'm sorry. But it's good to have you here as much as you're able to be here, Queen Katie. Oak says, spend way too much time watching the old VODs for the April Fool's stream and Valentine's stream to remember all the lore. Oh, do you have like the character names for the Valentine's stream? I think Eglin was the only one keeping track of all that for a while. You should, Oak, then, in that case, go back through the artwork channel. Eglin made a bunch of artwork from that Valentine's stream shortly after it happened. And as far as I'm concerned, any artwork that was made in there is canon and lore. Weedle says to Oak, gotta add the puppy kicker stuff. Oak said, the problem is the beef lore runs so deep throughout so many streams that it's gonna take a long time to sift through, but Mantis and Nogal have pretty full pages. Okay, I should also check YouTube. I see Toshi is here saying hi. How you doing, Toshi? And Jose is here saying hi with multiple eyes. How are all of you doing? It's good to see you here. I'll read one or two more quick comments on Twitch. Oak says, already on the list, don't worry. Logan's page has currently unfinished puppy kicking section. Are you gonna document? It only happened in Yakuza 0 and Detroit Become Human. That's it. That is it. Rukov says, good night, chat. Remember, Logan should have positive reinforcement followed by backhanded compliments. That it is. That's the only way I can accept it. You have to sandwich it in negativity. But thank you so much, Rukov, for being here. Sleep well. Thank you for the positive words earlier. Have a good night. Crystal says Logan has a freaking wiki now. Apparently. It's not my fault, Crystal, but how's your internet doing? Is it keeping up? Are you doing okay? Let's play some more of the game. I'm so happy to see all you guys here. I'm happy right now. All right. He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president, not on his own. It's because they don't let kids, like, murder on you. It's like, you know how they have child safety caps on medicine? You get, like, pressed out. They probably have the same thing on guns, where you get, like, press and twist before you pull the trigger. It's like a kid doesn't have the dexterity to do that. So the kid's like, I want to kill somebody. He needs to get an adult to help do the murder.
I've spent like 9 hours over the past few days on this.
Few days?
I got the idea. BC Joseph Anderson has a wiki that was designed for explaining inside jokes for new people, so I made one for beef lore.
Well, thank you so much for the 10 bits. Who's Joseph Anderson? That's got to be like a streamer. I'm sure that all of you guys know that. I gotta Google this. Joseph Anderson. There's also a lot of streamers I recognize by face. But it's just a picture of a dragon. He is apparently a dragon. Okay, so I don't know who he is, but I'm gonna have to look into this. But thank you, Oak, over several days. And you've kept this under your hat, huh? I guess kind of like I did about the date with Penny stuff. But thank you. I am looking forward to checking it out. I never expected somebody to make something like that. So thank you very much, Oak. I appreciate it. All right, let's play some more, then I'll be back to the chat. But I miss you already, chat. He's a child, Agent Lang. There's no way he killed the president, not on his own. And who said he was on his own, huh? Maybe a monster gave him a hand. A figurative monster. Larry. It's probably Larry. Maybe he summoned one of his creature feature pals to help him. Yes, very funny. I can say yes, I can play along. I can tell when you're joking. Agent Lang, unbutton a few more off of that shirt for me now. I'm not saying the kid did it. Not for sure anyway, not yet. But he's our most important witness right now, and we need to find him. I wanted to, okay, when we ran out the front, Gumshoe is here! Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, Gumshoe, does he know that we're not a prosecutor anymore? It's gonna break his heart. But when we ran out the front, Penny had said that, like, the person who was the suit actor for the kaiju was gonna be out front. Did we just run right past whoever that was? Is it Gumshoe? Has he been moonlighting as the Godzilla? Hey, it's Gummy! Is Tiff here yet? I hope Tiff is here to see Gumshoe. Oh, I'm running away crying. I'm so sad about Mr. Edgeworth. He ran away. What was that about? I don't know. Maybe he's the murderer. Maybe that's why we haven't seen him in any of the recent games. He's dead. Execution. It's really dark and sad. Ha! Well, just goes to show you that your police force can't be trusted. Are you saying you intend to continue investigating the president's murder alone? No, with us. Why no? You guys just teamed up. Yeah. So what? Well, last time we met you, I mean, how was you talking?
The best.
Thank you, Crystal, for the beef long at TTS. I love how the beef long at TTS doesn't just say it over and over. It's like when TTS Girl does a less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. I mean, he's like, gumshoe, 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 gumshoe. Thank you very much, Crystal. Somebody's excited for Gumshoe, but he's gone. He ran away. I miss him already. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Queegator said, hey, there's the icon I made. Said, wait, am I on there? We need to check this out. Maybe... I guess maybe we could spend the next month just like building it, and then we can review that as part of our birthday / 1K Twitch follower celebration stream at the beginning of next month. Crystal says, I need the link. Never mind, found it. Oak said, yes, there isn't much info on everyone yet. It's so hot in Massachusetts right now. I'm burning. Well, that would prevent you from adding a lot of info to a wiki. Crystal says, alias is Big Magic Daddy. Queen Gator said, Oak, FYI, I am a magical girl, not a literal bat. I enjoy bats, not myself. Oak said, it's very detailed. Weedle said, I am in the wiki. I don't have an image. Oak said, Weedle, I'm sorry. I couldn't figure out what profile picture I should use for you. Use a picture of a Caterpie, a shiny Caterpie from Pokemon. Because Weedle is the name of a shiny Caterpie. Crystal said, love how the color is piercing blue. Oak said to Crystal, I had to specify. Nora made me make a page for her and specifically Rise under marital status. Weedle said, Oak, I will give you a thing to use on Monday. I have something good. And Eggland, oh, we just talked about you, Eggland, said, sorry, I'm a little late. I was turning my D&D character into lesbians. In plural, like your one character became multiple lesbians? That's impressive. But yeah, Eglin, I was just saying, because apparently Oak made a wiki for the channel, including all of our lore and inside jokes. I was saying you got to check the artwork channel for all the old artwork that Eglin did about the Valentine's characters, because that is canon as far as I'm concerned. Bumbo said, hi, I have finished Deltarune Chapter 3. My lips are sealed. Okay, I have a question, an important question for you guys about Deltarune stuff for those who played it, because we do want to play that very soon on the stream, as soon as we've given everybody in the community a chance to play it, so you don't have to worry about spoilers. Because like I played chapters 1 and 2 on the demo or whatever on Steam. Can you transfer the saves over from that? Are you able to do that? Or do you have to play 1 and 2 all over again? Or I need to know how this works. But Bumbo and Eglin, how are the two of you doing? Let's play some game. Well, last time we met you had about 800 other agents helping you. Sure, but I told you I'm a lone wolf now. You got a problem with that? Oh, that's right. Last time he was beefing with Kay. I love that the person he hates the most is the 17-year-old. Well, I mean, you can probably hate a teenager. But most adults, if you hate a teenager, just go, that teenager. Anyway, moving on. Lang is like ready to throw hands with her. I don't need lackeys, and I don't need friends. All I need are these fangs right here. Keeps things nice and simple. No lackeys, no friends, but Gumshoe is both of those to me. Anyway, catch you both around. Oh, I knew we just barely teamed up. No! Crap, now we're stuck with Lotta. I hate you, Lotta. Hate you so much, Lotta. Things just done got interesting. And it sounds like I got my work cut out for me. 2 big beasties on the prowl. Oh, yeah. It's raining scoops. If I don't catch at least one, I ain't no shutterbug worthy of the name. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, game. Thank you. Oh, that felt so good just watching Lotta run away. Huh?
Does Lang hate every 17-year-old, or is it just Kay? Because if it's every 17-year-old, then I can't be friends with him. Frown.
Booby. I think we have to wait. I assume Eustace is going to show up at some point during this. I don't know how he's going to tie into everything here. Again, maybe he'll be the suspect or something like that. I know that Lang was suspecting Gavel earlier. It kind of, sort of still does. But, yeah, because he's 17. If he hates both Kay, I don't know if he 100% hates Kay, but he is beefing with her. We'll see what happens how he reacts to Eustace, to see if he is just antagonistic toward all minors then. Or maybe not even all minors. Well, no, because he was having issues with Sean earlier too, huh? So just all kids. But thank you for the 10 bits, I appreciate that. Oh, and over on YouTube, Opinion says, I think you can transfer them. Maybe there's a tutorial or something. I'll have to check that out. I'm like hesitant to Google anything about Deltarune chapters like 3 and 4 for fear of spoilers, but hopefully I can find some info on that won't be spoilery. And Toshi says, I'm sure 17-year-old wolf is an adult wolf. Oh, that's true. That is true, because like each year in human years, is 7 in dog years? Is it the same for wolves? So then how old would he be? He'd be 114? No, 119, excuse me, 119 years old. Yeah. 17 human years would be 119 dog years. Did I do that right? I just did that really quickly in my head. Is that correct? Someone times 17 by 7. I think that was right. Anyway, wow, this all got kind of complicated, huh? It did. The Taurosaurus footprints were bad enough. Now Gordy. This might as well be a movie or a hit video game by Capcom. Well, then we better get our monster hunting shoes on. That's right, we're gonna be monster hunters, just like the hit video game from Capcom. I suppose we had, huh? Who's that? I don't know, Jigglypuff. Which Pokemon? Give me a silhouette. Is it Gumshoe? Is he coming back? Oh, that's a very specifically designed guy. I mean, so's the taxi driver, I guess. That's one of Agent Lang's old team. I mean, he's not that old. We've come across a few of them on previous cases, but this one's on his own. Is this guy keeping tabs on Lang or something? Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, long time no see. Oh, he remembers us. The man in black. How come you're not with Agent Lang? Shifu, he's not technically my boss anymore. Really? What happened? Was he reassigned or was he fired? You remember that case from a month or so back? The Yotagarasu case. How could we forget? I didn't really forget, but that was years ago. So I am grateful for the recap. It's like 3 years ago, something like that. Yotagarasu sends card to embassy. He made kind of a big mistake there. He did? I don't remember the big mistake. Was it the fact that we accused Ambassador Alba? Because I mean that was correct though. Came about as close to aiding and abetting a serious criminal as you can come and still keep your job. Indeed, I guess that was pretty close. Or I'll read some chat in a minute. Let's get to something more visually interesting for you guys to all look at. I also am struggling to remember what the deal with the Yotagarasu was, because I know that Kay's dad had teamed up with Bad. Was Lang and his dad involved at the two? I can't remember. Well, being Shifu, he took full responsibility, so they disbanded our team. Okay, there's something more interesting for you guys to look at. I'll read some more in the chat, but thank you very much for the objection. Oh, it's Ray! How you doing, Ray? Have you been playing Deltarune? Chapters 3 and 4? No spoilers for us if you have. I'm gonna read some more. Crystal says, who's Amanda Ann at Oak? Is that someone in the wiki, huh? Oh, it's probably Amanda. It's probably Beef Long's daughter, Amanda Panda. Eglin said, oh great, my Matisar lore is canon now. Eglin, it's always been canon. You probably just didn't realize it. We just said Oak, or do you want to DM my current thing? Eglin said, so it's now canon that the 3 dateable in the Valentine stream are triplets. Judgy is their grandfather and caretaker, and apparently the pronouns. Everything is canon, even the stuff that contradicts. It's like that thing in, any of you guys ever watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine? They had the one Cardassian Taylor guy who I think used to be like Black Ops Cardassian or something like that. And there was one episode where it had the question like, was everything true? Or was any of it true? Was it all lies? Was any of it true? It's like, it was all true. especially the lies, or something like that. I don't remember how it worked, but it was a really cool quote. Crystal said, Signal is doing awesome for now. Okay, I'm glad. Crystal, hopefully it'll survive the whole stream. Oak said to Weedle, sure. Weedle says KK. Oak says, Joseph Anderson is another streamer who also played Persona and is very funny. Well, awesome. I should maybe look him up then. Oak said he is the inventor of great vegetables. Okay, so you guys have mentioned him before then. I still haven't ever seen what that meme came from. I assume it's just that Dojima says great vegetables, and maybe he latched onto that. Eglin said, gotta add Hi-Fi Rush Mantis to the later iterations of Mantis. Oh, that's true. That is true. Oak said, to be fair, I wasn't trying to keep it a secret. I started it like last night, like the last night you streamed, and I didn't want to mention until I made enough pages. Well, it was an awesome surprise. I'm excited to check it out, so thank you very much, Oak. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, gosh dang, that was some good math. You're right. Hey! Yeah, I like math. See, that's I have a calculator on my watch, but I don't even need to use it when I got the power of my brain pan. Even though I tripped up, I had a slight math typo for a split second at the beginning. Said, I don't think that's actually how dog years work, though. Like, it varies depending on the year, how many human years it's comparable to. Well, I mean, it definitely isn't, because I think also, like, a dog is generally like about fully grown by about 1 year. And so you wouldn't say that a 7-year-old human is fully grown. I think it's just trying to approximate like the lifespan of a dog comparable to the lifespan of a human to say like what percentage of it is accomplished per year, sort of, I assume. But you're right, it probably depends on the dog and the breed and things like that. And Toshi says, we better wear our investigation Crocs. Could we put little charms on them and everything? I didn't even, like, I never got into Croc culture. But every now and then, like at the planetarium, even yet today, afterward, we'll find like a little charm will have popped off of some kid's Crocs, so we got to turn into Lost and Found. Most of the other workers there just want to throw them away, but I'm like, no, this belonged to a child. We should put it in Lost. This might be important to that little kid. Anyway, let's play some more of the game, and I'll be back to chat in a minute. Wow, that's harsh. I do like the fact, though, that he took full responsibility, that he is a guy with very strong principles, you know? But it explains why he's now a lone wolf, as he puts it. Hope he gets his team back by the end. Huh?
Kitty would like to say whoever has TTS bits, please let Logan know that I'm a hunt down and clip a good moment from the first game's final case for Link 07.
Oh, thank you so much for the 10 bits. Like just from just general gameplay of it, or like did you go back and watch our streams? Because that would, like, the VODs are up on YouTube somewhere. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much, Oaken. Thank you, Queen Katie. Again, we're gonna play a little bit more before we get back to the chat, because I was just in the chat, but I miss you guys already. I love and appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you for spending so much time with me. Oh, at some point, by the way, we got to talk about, I guess Twitch announced a ton of new changes. I think, I can't remember if we talked about it just on Discord or if we talked about last stream that they changed the requirements for affiliate. But also I hear that they're going to be having sort of a pseudo monetization available for everybody, even non-affiliates. That like you can do stuff that gets you monetization, but the problem is you don't actually get money for it. You just got to spend it on Twitch, which sounds like that might be a scam to me. Because if it's like put in a bank as like in money value to spend on Twitch things, then it's a total scam. Because think about it this way. I'm sorry that we're getting off track, but think about it this way. Say that a person buys $80 worth of bits. We use 80 because base 10 is easier to work, or excuse me, base 8 is easier to work with than base 10. So someone buys $80 worth of bits, okay? That comes to a value of $40 gifted to somebody. And so they buy $80, they gift all, and they get 40 bits. They gift all of those to a streamer. That streamer gets $40 of value from that person's $80 spent, because Twitch gets half the cut. If it's a non-affiliate, if that person just gets the money put into like a bank as a money value rather than just like bits to pass on to somebody else, then that person has $40 that can be used to buy $20 or 20 bits, you know? Or not 20 bits, excuse me, 2,000, but it's like $20 worth of bits for gifting value. Gives it to somebody else, that person gets $20 in value, spends $20 on bits, you get $10 value of bits. That person spends that on bits, gets $5 of value. So traditionally, if someone spends $80 on bits, Twitch gets $40 out of that, and $40 goes to somebody else. Now, like in that scenario, that's just hypothetical and it's not guaranteed to always happen, but that means that if somebody spends $80, but that person Twitch could end up with 75 of those dollars. It's just like filtering it around through people. It feels almost like money laundering or something like that. But maybe they're not doing that. I mean, maybe you get bits and then you just have a bit that you can pass on to somebody else. That would be a lot more ethical, I think. Anyway, I should get back to the game. You guys probably don't want to hear me ramble about that type of thing, but there's other announcements. I saw a video when I was getting ready to have some dinner earlier, and there was talking about changes. The video didn't break it down. That's why I have questions. I don't know if things happen. Anyway, so what are you doing here? Well, to tell you the truth, I was worried about him. I like that his lackeys are concerned, his goons. Because you know what? His goons love him, and that Agent Lang, he's a goon lover. He just loves goons. Goon lover, Lang. I think he's been chasing ghosts. Ghosts from 12 years ago, to be precise. Again, with a reference to 12 years. So, all the things we had the Rosie Ringer was wanting revenge for something 12 years ago. We have that the last movie, I think, from the Creature Feature Flyer was 12 years ago, before a hiatus. This guy is saying something else that happened 12 years ago. Have we had other references to 12 years in this? Like, everything is 12 years ago, which feels like a step back from 18 years ago earlier in the game. 12 years ago? What does that mean? But it's got to tie into that Artie Frost thing, right? It's got to have something to do with Artie Frost and Gustavo... No. Carmelo Gusto's kids. That maybe it's one of their grandkids or something now. ... Sorry, I already said too much. Well, he's a man in black. He just pull out his little pen and boop, and then we forget everything, right? I'd better be on my way. Pew! These ghosts of Agent Lang's, could they have something to do with the case we're currently investigating? Well, looks like everybody left except us. What do we do now? Good question. Miss Hart went off monster hunting, and I guess Agent Lang is busy trying to track down young Sean. Perhaps we should try investigating another angle, or, like, track down Gumshoe. Edgeworth, one of your best friends in the world, ran off crying and you did nothing. Chase after him, bro. What kind of other angle? Somebody needs to get Judge Gavel's side of the story. Oh, that's right. That's actually a good idea. Oh, yeah, you're right. What did she say again? Please forgive me, but I had better be on my way. I am to preside over the trial of Fifi Lagarde in a bit. Okay, so she should be in the courthouse then, right? I guess the trial will be beginning right about now. Now, maybe we go over there, we're gonna see Judge Udgy? I wanna see Judge Udgy, I miss him. Indeed, I think we'd better head down to the courthouse, don't you? All right, let's go. And she runs and he walks. It's like an escort mission in a video game where the other character is faster than your walking speed but slower than your running speed. To be continued. Hey! And that's the game, everybody. We just finished the game. That is to be continued. I don't know. Maybe we'll pick it up in a couple years or something like that. Quick Katie, have you been keeping track? How many? No, it's not gonna, because she's presiding over it, so it's not gonna be Judge Udgy. It's Judge Gavel. But looks like we got Fender and Franziska down there.
April 6th, 11:23 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Wait, hang on. Fender is defending Lagarde? Fender was instrumental in getting her caught. That seems like a conflict of interest because he's probably would be potentially need to give a statement, testify, something like that, because he was involved. No. He can't be your lawyer. That is unethical. And it's still from the side. We can't have a straight-on view of her like Judge Udgy. Anyway, let me read some more comments in the chat. Oak says to Eglin, yes. Crystal says, laughing. Eglin says, also, reverse mantis. Oak said, so true, beef. Queen Katie said, Crystal, I should inform you, captions heard some of those as, I'm sure. Crystal says, laughing. Oak says, also, this is why I asked for your high-quality beef longa photo. Oh, that's what that was about. I never heard back from you about it. I was going to ask, but I figured that, you'd let me know. It was. I honestly figured it was probably going to be for, a Nora clip that you were putting together that there was a mention of beef. Queen Katie says, the FAQ says you can carry from the demo to the full game on PC. Okay, thank you. So that verifies what Opinion was saying earlier. I didn't know there was an FAQ, so thank you, Queen Katie. Bumbo says, as far as I know, yes. Eglin said, also, whoever's running the Logan Robo Wiki, if you need any of the apparently canon lore for the Valentine's characters, I can send the art and lore as needed. Well, that'd be Oak, so yeah, like, send it, share info. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, there is a 0% chance the AA universe has a concept of conflict of interest. Well, we already know they don't have, like, presumption of innocence, reasonable doubt, any of those type of things. I feel like a couple times they've thrown those terms around, but to be fair, though, my understanding is that the game's legal system is based much more on the Japanese legal system, which is probably very different than us here in, well, not all of you are in the United States, but I know me, like, here in the United States, and probably other countries as well. So maybe it's different, but also Japan, don't they have like a 99% conviction rate? So maybe that's why that we're always like defending underdogs as Phoenix Wright, and why they convict so many, because they're just like, presumption of innocence, reasonable doubt. It's like, nah, you were close to the body, guilty. Let's see, I'll read a couple more comments on Twitch. Oak says, yes, Lotta is gone. And then to Eglin, yes, I beg for this. Queen Katie said, by the way, we might be getting, I want to say, 2 more name facts tonight. 1 for sure, but I don't know if we'll more than that. Ooh, I'm looking forward. So, because there's got to be more characters we're going to meet, right? Because I don't think Sean is going to be the killer. And so unless someone we've already met like Gavel or Fender or Eustace is the killer, or I guess Excelsius, maybe he did more than one, or maybe somehow Canis from prison. And unless it's someone we've already met, we've got to meet somebody else as a suspect, right? Bubba says, sorry, gotta go have fun time with boyfriend ahead. Ah, nice, Bubba. That's a good reason not to be here. Thank you for being here, Bumbo. You're probably long since gone, but it's so good to see you. Have a good rest of your night. Have fun. See you, Bumbo. And Oak says, goodbye, Bumbo. Okay, let's play a little bit more. Is the defense ready to proceed?
You bet. Bring it on, Big G. The prosecution has been ready for some time.
Shouldn't they be swapped? Isn't it usually the other way? Or oh no, because I guess we're looking toward the judge's bench.
The original attorney in this case, Rosie Ringer, was murdered, while the original prosecutor, Eustace Winner, has disappeared. I don't know, there's the sound of sobbing coming from his room. And you know his dad has been arrested, so we probably ought to check in on him, but it's not my problem. So Fender and Franziska have taken over in their places. Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings.
That's weird. That's weird for both of them. Again, Fender has a conflict of interest. Franziska is like not an active prosecutor anymore. She's like doing Interpol investigations. The game should have like given us a Winston Payne. And I don't know, Phoenix. Put Phoenix in there. Imply that he does on occasion lose cases, because there's no way he's getting Fifi Lagarde acquitted.
The crime we are here to adjudicate took place in a prison, an institution of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined caused pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual.
Okay, so that's explaining why they're only just now getting to it instead of 3 days later.
And then the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Ms. Rosie Ringer, delayed the trial yet further. But now we are ready to begin at last. Mr. Fender, Ms. Von Karma, the court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice.
Hey, no sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? And this was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me, though, gang. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side, Fran?
It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case to have run off and abandoned it. Also, I want to complain about you calling me friend, but for some reason I like it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine and a brain. The evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready.
Hello Fender less than 3 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 less than 3.
Tiff, how are you? You missed there were some gumshoe crumbs earlier. Gumshoe ran into Edgeworth and it was awkward since Edgeworth isn't a prosecutor anymore and he ran away crying. It was so sad. But how you doing, Tiff? Thank you so much for the 10 bits. I should read some more in the chat, by the way. Queen Katie said, Oak, hey, do you want my Metaphor Refantasio fan art of Mantis? It's technically official. Logan even used it for the schedule. I say yes. Because there's a multiverse of Mantises. Weedle said, my phone is dying by... No, Weedle, thank you for being here. I'm sorry if you're already gone. Hopefully you can get it charged and come back. Oak said to Queen Katie, sure. Queen Katie said, post it in spoiler chat. Queen Katie said, recap from Katie, Lang's partner. Okay, so this lands what I was saying before. I was trying to remember how it ended, that it was so bad for him. It said, Lang's partner, oh, that's right, was secretly the flashback case. I'm gonna read over it just in my mind to avoid spoilers for anyone who hasn't played that game. Was also one of the Autogratsu. Lang did some cool stuff, but still betrayed you. Yes, okay, thank you, Queen Katie. I appreciate that. Crystal says, oh. Ray says, I beat both of the chapters already. Out of the 4, the 4th one is my favorite. Look forward to it, Logan. Wow. I think of the 2 I played, chapters 1 and 2, I liked chapter 2 better, but I miss Ralsei's design in chapter 1. I think he looked more adorable and whimsical as like a Final Fantasy type black mage all cast in shadow. But awesome, so Ray's ready for Deltarune. Over on YouTube, let's see, Toshi says, that was perfect opportunity to bring that man back. See? They could have had Phoenix in there. Why not? I mean, I think it's got to be like a cost-cutting measure that they didn't want to like have to create new assets for everybody. We already had an instance where, what was her name? Bikini, the one monk lady from the 3rd game. They had to make her short because they ran out of memory. But in that case, just don't have Lada in the game. That's a compromise we can all enjoy. Thanatos says, hi, how you doing, Thanatos? Good to see you. Apedia says, what, you don't want more, Franziska? No, I'm fine with that. It doesn't make sense is the only thing. Because there are more prosecutors in this country than the couple that we've met. But I don't know. It just sometimes it makes this universe feel smaller than it ought to be, you know? Opinion says, also imagine being Fifi in this situation knowing your defense attorney is not going to defend you at all. See, that's what I'm saying. It's unethical. Dermo, how you doing, Dermo? Says, hi. I've yet to get around to the new Deltarune chapters, thinking of getting some mates together and experiencing it together. I think that sounds awesome. I am very eager and excited to play them myself. I just don't want to like start right now because then everybody in the community won't be able to watch because of spoilers. So, but hopefully by the time we finish either this or Metaphor, maybe that'll be a good time to start playing Deltarune. Maybe that'll give you guys some time. Just, throwing that out there. Okay, I should play a bit more of the game and then I'll be back to chat in a second. Hang on though, I need a sip of water. I'm thirsty. Thank you both. Very well. Bring the accused, Ms. Fifi Lagarde, to the stand. Oh, are we going to see a full-on cross-examination here? All right. I never thought we'd see her again, but okay. I'm glad they let her keep her litter of minks pretending to be a coat in prison. I invite the prosecution to make its opening statement.
All right, the accused was dash. Oh no, I hope I'm not being interrupted by my annoying stepbrother.
Hold it! Oh no, it's her.
Hold it, let me stop you right there, darling.
What is it, Miss Lagarde?
Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That something being why on earth I'm here.
Perhaps the opening statements will clarify that for you.
But will they, dear? Really? Fine, carry on if you must. I fully intend to. If you can stay quiet for one moment. The murder in question happened at the prison where Miss Lagarde worked as warden. The victim, one Branco Knight, was being held in the detention center. But the prosecution's case will show that Miss Lagarde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Oh, no, my shoulder. I'm sorry. It's an old injury. I was shot there once. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and the knife is gone too.
Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma?
Oh, he's probably taken to the auction. So is that why that they're doing this auction to get rid of stuff to help the criminals out?
Katie
Huh?
wishes me to say, hey Logan, I found the perfect moments from your old VOD as a recap for Lane.
Oh, really?
There's slight spoilers for any watchers who haven't played the game, but I posted them in the chat.
Okay, so what we'll do is when that happens, we'll give like a spoiler. Thank you for the boo and the 10 bits. We'll give a spoiler warning for people when we get to that. But okay, I apologize though because I apologize in advance, I should say, because I believe that game I think was that was before we got this microphone, right? Or did we get it partway through that game? I don't think so. I think we was like partway through Omori and Persona 4 that we got this microphone. I think we're already done, so the audio is going to sound awful. But thank you so much for going the extra mile, Queen Katie, and thank you, Oak, for the 10 bits. Once we get some background music, I'll read some more in the chat.
How can that? No, it's the evidence! .. Exclamation point.
Oh, what gives, Fran? Everything okay?
The murder weapon! It's not here! Und neither is Botti Harmacanis' chisel!
Well, I say it ain't so.
Hubba, that's right, we're still here. Even in this game. Silence. Ms. Von Karma, explain yourself.
I wish I could, Your Honor!
No murder weapon. Then what exactly are we all doing here?
So yeah, it's got to have been sold off at that auction, right? Because it had like recent stuff, as recent as the Torosaurus plush toy. So it's all dramatic now. Let me read some more in the chat. Get a little bit more caught up. Cypher! How you doing, Cypher? Said can't stay for long. The boss man is streaming, and your guy got to do his job and moderate. My streamer decided to take laxatives and see if he could beat all the tracks in the new Mario Kart game before he poops himself. That is certainly a challenge. Oh my gosh, though, that reminds me. Any of you guys ever see that old video? Crap, what was the video game? It was like Mafia or something like that. There's an old video of some guy playing a game. I want to say it was Mafia. And like his mom bursts in and is like, you need to change your pants. It smells like crap in here. You poop your pants. And he's like, oh, later, Mom, I'm playing this game. You're sitting there crapping your pants out. And I honestly don't know if it's staged or not. If it's real, oh, it's awful. Oak with a question mark. Cypher said, how far back is he right now, chat? I don't know, we're 45 minutes into stream, so probably 40 minutes. Ray says, I saw someone do that with FNAF security breach, really? I hope this isn't disappointing to anybody. I will never do that challenge. I never want to risk pooping in front of other people. So there. Quick said, oh, actually, hold up, Logan, I have an idea. I can go find one of your VODs and clip the exact moment that recap and everything you'll need to know about Lang's thing here. Thank you, YouTube clips. Thank you, Queen Katie. Cypher says, lol. Oak said, Cypher, he's very close to the beginning, but we're also pretty early in the stream. Cypher said, okay, I just want to know when he'll read this before I have to leave again. I might just copy it to the YouTube chat so he sees it. Okay, in that case, I should look over on YouTube chat. Thanatos says, yay, Bronco mention, I'm happy. And Ray says, whoa, I'm over here now. People are just popping back and forth. I do like that the past, like, few Ace Attorney streams, we've had about the same number of people on both Twitch and YouTube. It's nice. So, if you're lurking on Twitch or YouTube, I'd say I see you. I don't actually see you because you're lurking in the shadows, and I'm not used to shadows. I use light mode. It's my greatest shame, but I appreciate you. Let me have a sip of water, and then we'll play some more in just a second.
No murder weapon. Then what exactly are we all doing here? Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe.
I feel like that might not be her job. I feel like that is the police department's job, isn't it?
I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me.
A little boy winner strikes again. Hey, G. Yo, G stands for Gavel. Is that cool?
What is it, Mr. Fender? I'd say, I was gonna say
call me Mr. F,
but then I just remembered that was a joke from Arrested Development.
Guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down the road a little further, shall we?
Yeah, we should be able to say, like, we'll reconvene tomorrow or something. The court hereby denies the defense's request. Wait, is she still a bad guy? Is she being blackmailed to, like, keep Lagarde out of prison?
Wow, don't be like that. What's the dealio?
She's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Is she just, like, trying to help a girl boss out? It's like, yeah, you did a murder, but I support my sisters.
Let's get on and show everybody how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I'll thank you to take this seriously. Oh, but I am, darling, and you don't have any evidence. You just said so yourself.
See, but this is again where the conflict of interest comes from. Because Fender, if he's really trying to defend her, he should be going like, okay, well, then, yeah, let's dismiss the charges instead of kick the can down the road.
In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? Is that still like a quote that you guys hold in high esteem? Even though the person who said it was apparently a murderer. Without Eddie, you can't charge me with anything. Isn't that right, Verity, darling?
I mean, we have witnesses. We have, including Fender.
It is.
Wah! What?
See, why should he be surprised? If he's a good defense attorney, he should be thrilled at this prospect.
Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defendant cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagarde, not guilty. Is anyone going to interrupt me? Maybe Fender out of dereliction of duty? Maybe duty? Maybe Miles Edgeworth?
Oh, it's Fender.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone there, hasty pants. I assume your pants are hasty. You can't go dropping a verdict just like that.
Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to its client being acquitted?
See, this is what I'm saying.
Hey, don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do that little Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. You're a bad defense attorney.
Let me read some more in the chat. This is genuinely irritating me. I gotta read some more in the chat. See, Cypher says, lol. Oak says, oh, no, I already read that. I read that. Queen Gator said, whoever has TTS bits, please let Logan know I'm going to hunt down and clip a good moment from the first game's final case for Lang. Salute. Cypher says, actually, can you pin it for me? After he reads it, you can unpin it. Oak says, I have no mod powers. I'm sorry. Cypher says, it's fine. I'll just wait, I guess. Oak says, ooh, oh, never mind. Ray says, that sounds like a way for Twitch to just get more money. If they're doing it that way, if they're doing it as you got the bits, so here's the money put into like a little bank, but if they are doing it as you got the bits, so you still hold on to them as bits that you could just pass on to somebody else, then that's fine. But yes, it does sound like it's just a way, because then any bits that are spent on someone who's not an affiliate, they are guaranteed to get at least another 50% of the remaining cut, if not more. So that's what it sounds like. Then again, of course, they'll just want to try and get more money. Oak said, technically, Twitch only takes 50% on mobile. On the website, a slightly better ratio wise, they still take 25%. I didn't know that. That's nice. On desktop, they only take 25. I also saw that apparently they have some new tools that are available that, like, they're going to give tokens to certain streamers. I don't know if it's affiliates or partners or whomever. But the tokens you can use to, like, initiate, like, hey, for the next 72 hours, we're going to have, like, 35% off all gifted subs or something like that. Like, you can do your own special channel sale on subs. You do tokens because you're only allowed to do it, like, so many times a year or something like that. I didn't get all the details. Ray says, why do they take different amounts? Oak said it's because app stores want to cut if in-app purchases, so if you use Twitch app, they charge more. Okay, that makes sense. There's no way app stores charge 50% in-app purchases, though. I think Twitch just sucks. Cypher says, oh crap, the boss man needs me. I gotta go back to my boss, trying not to poop himself or beat Mario Kart first. Sorry, later. Thank you for being here, Cypher. I hope your boss doesn't poop. That is a weird sentence to say. The fact that I on this channel find that a weird sentence to say is in and of itself interesting. Over on YouTube, Dermo says, I mean, your camera is only neck up. There's no proof that you haven't soiled yourself. Not that I'd want that proven. I mean, I can stand up and show that there is no poo stain on the back of my jeans. But then you'd have to be staring at my butt. I don't want you guys looking at my butt. Thanatos says, I'm sorry for the person I will become if they mention Bronco's name again. A keyboard slam. Everybody's got their... You saw what happened to me when Penny Nichols appeared. I cannot judge anyone else. Toshi said, that what happens when you conduct investigations as a defense lawyer and make criminals confess before reading their rights. Miles! Dermot says, if not having a murder weapon made a case impossible, you could just melt it and you'd be judgment-proof. More cases should use that scenario. It's always good. Well, it's like the same thing then with Excelsius, because he apparently disposed of the murder weapon there. The gavel, we even said that he probably disposed of it. I assume he burned it. It's probably gone. There's other evidence, like I guess not eyewitness that, but witness testimony. Fender's testimony, Frank Sahwit's testimony, everybody at the prison. What was his name? Carcerado? I don't know if Candace would be willing to testify, but everybody there, their testimonies put together should paint a pretty distinct picture. What was her name from the circus? Regina Perry. Everybody, get them all in there. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the game. Then I'll be back to chat soon.
And as for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it.
I'm a bad judge. Oh, Mr. Fender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that a fair judgment is afforded to all.
Okay, and that's good.
And as the instrument of the court, I cannot allow my experiences or opinions to interfere with my work.
No, but you don't judge the case then, Cavell. You recuse yourself. That's why recusing yourself exists, Cavell. I'm starting to take back everything I said about liking her after her redemption arc last chapter. No, Cavell, you're lame. You're lame, Cavell.
You must think of the Judge Gavell who was present when the murder weapon was found, and the Judge Gavell you see before you in the courtroom today as two entirely different people.
I'd love it if it turned out that she's identical twins. Why not triple dip? Why not have that 3 times an Ace Attorney?
Oh, gee, you're killing me here.
I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the evidence available.
And we have that evidence, just not here. Give me some time, just a little, I'll find it. Ha! The prosecution hereby requests a recess.
Okay, that shouldn't be unreasonable. Instead of adjourning for the day, just a recess.
Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. I really gotta go take a wee-wee. Oh, come on, Your Honor, don't do us like this.
Let's see if she's gonna be reasonable. Hey!
Very well. The court accepts the request.
Watch it be like a 15-minute recess, and it's gonna be during that time that we're talking to everybody for the next 3 hours in-game.
Really, Verity, you won't help anybody bow under pressure like that, you know.
There will be a 15-minute recess.
All right, as soon as this recess starts, we gotta start our timers, okay?
I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use the time well.
Except I guess we can't really do our timers because then we'd have to pause it every time I'm reading chat. Wow! Thank you, Tomcat. I will read some chat as soon as we get to some more background music. Thank you very much, Tomcat.
Understood. Saved by the bell, huh? Thank you, Zach Morris and AC Slater. Huh?
I'm getting flashbacks to A1 when Von Karma straight up tased Phoenix and Maya and also stole a ton of classified documents inside a police precinct where there were security cameras and evidence. I was so upset when that happened, and this is the same thing for you. Boo.
Yeah! No, but it is kind of the same thing. You would actually think that after that happened, they would think, man, maybe we do need to have security cameras we check. But also, I know that in that playthrough of Ace Attorney that you're doing over on Nora's stream, that I don't know if you guys ever clicked on the guy in the police headquarters in the back, in the far back right-hand side at the computer. You need to click him every single time you see him. He has a story arc, too. He has a character arc as a background character. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate it.
Very well. We will now reconvene in 15 minutes. Gavel slam.
Oh, crap! Did Kate get some of those laxatives Cypher was talking about, too? She needs to hurry and finish her Mario Kart. Is this the same lobby as we had in the flashback case in the first game? Because it had the model of the building there. Look at them reusing assets. And well, yeah, because wasn't it over here that with a bench that there was something underneath the bench? I don't know. It's been so long, but there was candy that Gumshoe dropped that ants got to, something like that. Or maybe I just thought that it was candy.
April 6th, 11:38 a.m., District Court, 3rd floor lobby.
I love that in this game we have different floors for the courthouse, not in regular Ace Attorney. But we did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth? We did. Let me read some chat now that we got some background music. Eglin says, I'm almost nervous to ask, would any of the Valentine stream fanfiction be canon in any way? As far as I'm concerned, yes, even if it contradicts everything. Yes, just tossing it out, yes. Oak says, give me Judge Udgy. Ray says, most probably boils down to that. Yeah. Oak said, Eglin, it's all canon. Eglin says, dang it. Why? Because I haven't read all of it. Do I appear in it as a person? Do I need to worry? Oak says, is that a bad thing? Do you not want the fanfic to be canon? Eglin said, let me log into my Wattpad real quick then. Ray says, it's like Undertale, where it's all in its own universe, where it's canon. Oak said, if so, what did you do in the fanfic? Cypher says, Wattpad? Oak said, no, I still can't edit clips because my computer is in limbo. I'm sorry, Oak. Eglin said, I haven't written a lot of fanfic stuff. It's just more to look for. Oh, that's what it is. Oak says, it's still broken. The only reason my computer works is because I still have an old 256 gigabyte drive that has operating system on it. Wow. There are probably games on Steam bigger than that hard drive. So I have the storage for a web browser, Discord, and Spotify, and can't use anything else. Eglin said, oh my gosh, I just realized I never finished the one canon universe fic I was writing. Well, we're going for it. Oh, you gonna finish it? Let me take a look over at YouTube. Let's see. Thanatos says, Penny is innocent, at least. Yes, innocent of crimes and innocent and pure as the... They always say as the driven snow. The driven snow makes me think someone drove on it and made it dirty. I still worry about that line that she had in the first game where she's like, I don't care what kind of girl you think I am. I need that card, or I'll do whatever it takes to get that card. It makes it sound like she was ready to sacrifice her feminine virtue, so to speak, for a trading card. Hey, it's Chaotic! Said, hey, Logan, been a while. How you doing, Chaotic? Thanatos said, Bronco killed a guy. I'm worse. Oh, that's what you're saying. So it's okay that I simp for Penny because she's innocent. Frowny face, Thanatos. That's okay, Thanatos. We have many community members who thirst after murderers. You should have been here when we were playing Danganronpa. Chaotic said, I sold my Switch to get some money for the Switch 2. Yeah, I saw. I had to go to the store today. They had all the displays outside Walmart for Switch 2. I don't plan on getting it anytime soon. I'm gonna have to wait quite a while to save up money for that. But in the meantime, I still enjoy my regular Switch. But at Chaotic, how are you enjoying the Switch 2? And Ray says, bro Siwa. Why bro Siwa? I certainly hope I'm not a male version of JoJo Siwa. Quiggity said, okay, I'm back. I got the clips from the old VODs. Posting them right now. Okay, well, because I was just reading chat, we'll play a bit more, but then I'll be back and we'll check out those clips in a minute. So thank you very much, Queen Katie, for the clips and all your hard work and diligence getting those the drop of a hat. But we did totally find that knife, didn't we, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course we did. Hey, it's me again, even though I ran away. Is Tiff still in the audience? Is Tiff still in the chat? Huh? What's the matter, detective? It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. What? How? The metal detector was reacting to something inside her, after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel. Oh, I'm in the flashback too. Didn't we just figure out that isn't the murder weapon? You might recall, huh?
Gumshoe, my beloved, I've missed you.
Thank you so much for the 10 bits. You know what? I guess if I ever wanted to try and really be mean and take advantage of Tiff's generosity and bits, I should have just a little Gumshoe asset that every now and then I'll pop on the stream, and then I'll get 10 bits in a TTS going, Gumshoe! But thank you so much. I'm just glad you were here to enjoy Gumshoe because he ran off after only a few seconds a little bit ago. But thank you for the 10 bits. Oh, wow. We're only an hour to stream and I'm already getting a little bit out of breath here. You might recall that Mr. Caddis hid this chisel in the dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? That's right! The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in the pond over there! So did somebody steal it or what? Maybe they fed it to another alligator, huh?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Is that a good time? Is throwing dimes at me a good time? Because I could do that, and I could just click it over and over again, then I'd be rolling in the dimes. It'd be like a Scrooge McDuck money bin type of situation, but just dimes, and also wouldn't get that deep because even it would take a ton of dimes to get it deep enough to swim in. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Tiff. I do appreciate that. So did somebody steal it or what? Is this Gumshoe? Cause it's Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh no, it's Regina. It's Regina Berry. Oh, look at Simeon Saint is back. Crap, what voice did we do for him? I think he was just like this kind of guy. Is Queen Katie still here to see Simeon Saint? Miss Berry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch a trial? I mean, I guess they're probably interested in the outcome of Fifi Lagarde's case. Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go? Is the trial for the case I was nearly convicted for. It should be starting any minute now. They're really tying like all the cases together for this final one, aren't they? Doing a real good job of keeping it all neat and tidy. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right? Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost some evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom. Wait, but no, they can't. Actually, he should be worried because if she gets acquitted, then the case is technically unsolved, and I think that means that they would theoretically be obligated to look for another suspect, and they might return to him. They're not going to arrest you again, are they? Don't say that. No. Gee, I forgot how easy it was to upset you. What? Why'd the music stop? I assume this is Franziska. How dare he embarrass me like that? Oh, it's gotta be whipping. It's Franz. Oh crap, is she whipping Gumshoe? Don't whip Gumshoe. Speaking of easy to upset, maybe she's just whipping Fender. That's something we all, including Fender, can enjoy. I just assume he's into that. Oh, it is Fender.
Oh, Franstina, Franderella, the Franmeister, Raisin Fran breakfast cereal. Chill, okay? Just chill. Fran the woman. Fran the can. I got nothing else. What else rhymes with Fran? Hang on, I'll think of more stuff. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That idiot of a so-called prosecutor, I'll find him, and I'll...
Keep in mind, he's still 17. There's probably like... murder and assault is bad in any case, but it's probably even worse against a minor. Okay, you know what? Let's check out these clips that Queen Katie has posted in the chat. So, for those who were lurking or weren't paying attention or whatever, I had asked a question earlier for kind of a recap on how the last game ended, because it was 3 years ago that we played Ace Attorney Investigations 1. And I was trying to remember how it ended with Lang and everything. And so Queen Katie made, looks like 2 little clips from my old VODs. Now, I do have to tell you guys, this was before we had this microphone. So the audio is probably going to be really, really bad on this. Actually, you know what? Because the audio is going to be bad, I'm an idiot. I should probably wait until the music has stopped. I should have done it a bit ago. This is my bad. So let me read a couple of regular comments in chat. We'll be right back to those, Queen Katie, as soon as the music has stopped. Then the next time we'll check those out. So I'm going to copy both these links over into my text files so that I'll be able to continue on in the chat there. Sorry, I'm dumb. I didn't think about that, but I want to make sure that we'll be able to hear it. Oak said, my brother is coming to my house in a few days, and he's going to try to help fix my computer in person. Nice. I still need to have I need to figure out like a really good, efficient way to have a fundraiser next month, because I do need to raise a couple $100 in order to do the upgrades to this computer necessary for it to keep functioning after Windows 10 support ends. And I feel like we just have such a small community that if we tried to do a fundraiser, that would be putting a lot of pressure on just a few people to raise that money. So I need to figure out something good. Quickie said also, congrats, Logan, you're on page 2 of the case. Have I asked how many pages is in your guide for this case so I know about how far we are into it? Oak says, oh yeah, how many pages are there in the case? Quickie said 5 pages, so Logan's on 2 out of 5 so far. That means we're 20% of the way, assuming they're all the same length. 20% of the way. And Oak says, holy crap, the other pages have to be really long, right? I would assume the first game, the last case was super long. Quickie said, don't forget, a good chunk of the guide page is probably mine. Chess, in fact, we have one incoming soon. And there was Tiff with a hello to Fender. Okay, let's play a bit more. Like I said, once we get to no background music, then we'll, oh, actually, I should check YouTube. I should check YouTube as well. Let's see. Thanatos said, wait, who did they simp for? In Danganronpa, I feel like I can't say without like revealing that certain individuals are murderers. But I mean, especially in Danganronpa V3, there were multiple murderers in that, multiple culprits that Chad adored, absolutely adored. One of them we had to have a full-on funeral for after the execution because of it. Chaotic said, I don't have the Switch 2 yet. I'm still saving, won't get it until August probably. Okay, well, I hope it goes well with saving up the money for that. Chaotic. Ray says, brosif, bro, your boat, brochiaco? Is that how you say it? You're doing what Fender was doing with Fran, Ray. Derma says, I'm in no rush to get a Switch 2. I've been on a more retro binge recently. Old point and clicks. Those are fun too. I actually got on Steam. There was a really old point and click that I played when I was a kid that I loved, and it's on Steam, but like nobody's ever heard of it and never played it. So it's like, why would I stream it? Thanatos says, aw, Simeon Hearts. Derma says, few are as dedicated to money as Scrooge McDuck. Diving into his vault of gold coins would hurt like heck. Well, they established that in canon in the cartoon show, right? The idea that anyone who's not trained would like fall in and hurt themselves, that you have to like be as skilled as Scrooge McDuck, that not just anyone could do it. Thanatos said, Simeon was Bronco's bestie, therefore Bronco mentioned, so yay! Derma says, this case not as drawn out as last game's, not even close. Ray says, brochacho, huh?
Currently I have minus $2,819, so I might not actually be able to participate much in the fundraiser, but in September I will be allowed to take my money out of savings so I can participate like 2 months late.
Well, I appreciate that, even just the thought, and thank you for the 10 bits there. I'm sorry that you're negative. I'm sorry you're spending money on TTS if you're in the negative. For me, October, I believe, it's October or November is when I'm finally doing the last payment on my car. And so it's like after that, I'll finally have like a little tiny bit more disposable income, but then it'll be too late to make those upgrades. So that's why we're gonna need to do a fundraiser. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, I appreciate it. We have a new person in the chat over on YouTube. Wonder P5X. Oh, isn't Wonder the name of like, is it the protagonist in Persona 5X or like one of the main characters or something? One of our community members has been talking a lot about Persona 5X, and I'm pretty sure somebody mentioned Wonder. Is that who it is? Said, everyone looks so fancy. I feel left out. Don't worry, I'm not fancy. I'm just wearing a Transformers t-shirt, Autobot symbol. But everyone on screen, yes, they're all very fancy, except for Simeon. He's just got a hoodie. But he's casual. It's all good. But Wonder, good to have you here. If you're new, let me give you the quick rundown and everything. For our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations, 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasia, which if you like Persona, Metaphor is a JRPG by Atlas. It's very Persona flavored. So yeah, you can check that out. We are late game in that one though, so if you haven't played it, like tomorrow's stream is gonna have probably a lot of spoilers, but good to have you here, Wonder. Valtube says, hi, how you doing, Valtube? Derma says, I need the name of the game, Day of the Tentacle. Has anyone, see, I don't think anyone here has ever played it. Hang on, my watch just got bumped and the screen is all weird on it. There we go. The Day of the Tentacle is technically a sequel to an even older game called Maniac Mansion, and they include the entire previous game as like an Easter egg in it because I think Maniac Mansion is from like the 80s or something, so tiny game, hard drive size wise. Valtube says, I love this case. I'm enjoying it so far. This case has Penny Nichols, whomst I lovest. It has Kaiju, which is awesome. It's bringing back a bunch of old characters that had a Phoenix and Maya cameo. Dura said this case is top 5, and with the series, that's a high bar. Thanatos says, Day of the Tentacle. Have you played that, Thanatos? Dura says, I love that game. Really? So you guys have heard of it? You played this game? Valtube says, I'm doing fine, playing a JoJo fan game while I watch the stream. Nice. Is it like a fighting game or something? And Thanatos says, I remember it. It was just like a fun, goofy game that I played once as a kid. And it's enjoyable. Anyway, we should play some of the game. Speaking of playing games, once again, once we get to a point where there's no sound, we'll watch and listen to those clips from Queen Katie. Thank you again so much for pulling those clips up. I appreciate it.
That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him and I'll ... Ha! Do that to him.
I like that animation. There were like colors on the whip.
I I'll make him eat whip for breakfast. Should I say whip or vip? Vip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Ape! Oh, running away, hide behind Edgeworth. Milester, you gotta calm her down. Kid's gone cuckoo.
Is that how you spell cuckoo? I feel like that first U should be an sound instead of an oo. But then that's something else. I guess I'd better at least try. Nope, I'm going over here first. The game is giving me control. Hello? This couch must be a few years old. It's very well worn indeed. What do you want to bet that like Edgeworth, or not Edgeworth, excuse me, Phoenix and Gumshoe have both taken naps on there?
Yeah, right, but who would have worn it?
Not worn in that... never mind. I think we got our wires crossed there somewhere. I thought we were talking to this guy. Oh, look, there are portraits of the judges up here. Is that Judge Judgy right here? I don't know if that beard is long enough to be Judge Judgy. One of these has got to be Judge Judgy. Is he over here? That guy's got... Oh, there's a guy behind me in my camera screen that you can't see. He looks like Judge Judgy, but with long eyebrows. Maybe that guy? Maybe that one? Anyway, I want to talk to this fine gentleman. The court is in recess. Nobody is allowed to enter.
Really, nobody?
The court is in recess. Nobody is allowed to enter.
But if nobody's allowed to enter, how will the trial ever get started again?
Yeah, I don't know. You got me good.
Fun fact, in the fan translation, if the model courthouse in the third floor lobby is examined, Edgeworth will describe the model as being more than meets the eye.
Oh, let's see what it says now. Oh, also, look, this guy's got little panic bubbles. Thank you, Tiff. We'll check that out next here.
How do you like that, Mr. Edgeworth? I hit him with a stone cold contradiction.
Huh?
Hello, LoganRobo's.
Selmers!
Just iBeppy, not Selmers. And I just want to say hello. And thank you for the stream notifications in the stream chat on Discord. I think that was very kind of you.
No problem. Yeah, I've seen that you've been like going live recently. I haven't been able to attend any of them. But I've seen the notifications going up. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the 25 bits. That's a quarter. Everybody else just giving me dimes. How have you been? It's been like forever. Welcome. So good to see you. How have your streams been going? Can we do a quick shout out? Do we have any of the mods here? I think I might have to do it myself. I'm not sure if Vero or Crystal are currently here, so I will do it myself under your current name, Deliver Rabbit. So there we go. Oh, you were playing Delta. Oh crap! I hope it's not a Deltarune clip. If a clip shows up.
You just came out with the cover of Weezer, and you're thinking, wow, what could be next?
Oh, is this Rock Band? Oh crap! Is it Rock Band? Wait, it's Five Nights at Freddy's Rock Band? Oh, I gotta turn that up because that was Rickroll. That was DMCA music playing in there. But I hope your streams are going well. Again, so good to see you. And thank you for the 25 bits. Okay, let's play a little bit more here because we got to click on the model like Tiff was saying. And thank you again, Tiff, for the 10 bits a little bit ago.
How do you like that, Mr. Edgeworth? Hit him with a stone cold contradiction.
One that gained us exactly nothing. Well, sometimes it's just the principle of being a contrarian.
It's a model of the courthouse. Look how realistic it is.
There's something written here. Quote, this incredible mortal can transform into a robot at the touch of a button. Those wishing to see this transformation in action should inquire at the main reception desk. The courthouse model transforms. Is it more than meets the eye? Is it a robot in disguise?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes. She seems very subdued for once. I thought she'd be excited by something like this. Well, it's like in the movie Big. People are like, oh, it turns into a building. What's the big deal? Which is not true. I have Transformers that turn into buildings. They're like a playset for your smaller Transformers.
When the model transforms, the whole building transformed too? What about the people inside? Are we gonna get crushed in the turning gears and cogs?
Okay, there's no possible universe in which that would or could happen. I hope. That was fun. I like that.
Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, nowhere. I was just looking at the doors here.
I get it. Basic thief work, right? You're casing the joint. Making sure you know where all the exits are. If you're angling for a position as the Yatagarasu's assistant, just say the word. See, guys, it's you. I'll let you skip the written test and then add the practical. Basically, the job is yours. You kind of need it. You're unemployed.
Thank you. It's a very kind thought. Can we look at the bench? Oh, we can't look at the bench. There was evidence with that last game. Can we look at this door? Anyway, I should read some more in the chat because I am so far behind probably still. Let's see. Queen Gator said, don't forget, a good chunk of the guide page is probably mine chest. Oh, I read that earlier. Tiff says, what, my boy? Eglin said, every so often I get a sidebar ad. This one has nothing but a black screen and shoved the stream literally the way off screen. I've started getting those too, actually. I'm sorry I got squished to advertise nothingness to you. Ray said, I really like this shadow Ralsei, but fluffy Ralsei is silly too. I just really love our good friend Jorge described Ralsei very vividly when pointing out that Ralsei was walking around barefoot. And I think it was Jorge that said, yeah, Ralsei is just raw dogging the entire planet Earth or something like that. It made me laugh quite a bit. Eglin said, so I just have audio for however long this is up. I'm sorry, maybe if you refresh? Oak said, yes, get rid of Lotta. Ray says, I'll take you another month plus to finish the scheduled games anyway, so you have time till Deltarune. I wonder if we even have a full month left with especially with Metaphor. I feel like everything is suddenly moving really fast in that game. But we shall see. Queen Gator said, oh, can you do one more TTS for me? Quote, hey, Logan, I found the perfect moments from your old VODs for recap for Lang. There's slight spoilers for any watchers who haven't played the game, but I posted them in the chat. Thank you again for that, Queen Katie. Thank you, Oak, for doing that TTS earlier. Oak said, I think because we're close to finishing both games we're playing, that it would be funny if we finished them back to back. We started the two of them only a month apart from each other. Queen Gator said, no problem, Logan. Imagine me thinking that the Lang moment was the final VOD, only for it to just be full of testimonies from the final culprit of the game. Lol, I had to go back one VOD for it. And that was like a 6-hour VOD. Ray says, aw, dang it, no Logan Robo laxative challenge. I'm sorry. Let me take a look over at the YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up just a tiny little bit there. Let's see. Wonder says, yes, it is the one and only. I'm finally going global to retake some desires. Because, yeah, isn't that right? That they, instead of stealing hearts, they steal desires? Persona 5, The Phantom X. Valtube says, it's an RPG game based on Pokemon Gen 1. It's called the 7th Stand User because in the game you are the 7th Crusader. I like the idea of, like, Pokemon being a stand. I dig it. Quigate said, in the fan translation, oh yeah, because we weren't able to pin messages. So here we got a name fact. In the fan translation, if the model courthouse on the 3rd floor lobby is examined, Edgeworth will describe the model as being more than meets the eye, just like Tiff said. I said, wanted to share that fun fact as soon as possible when I saw this. Lol. Wonder said, neat, Queen Katie. Toshi says, in the first game, they said the courthouse model cost the same as the building, and Wonder says, that's cool. Okay, you know, I'm gonna read just a couple more Twitch chats because I am so far behind. Oak said, wasn't Gavelt the place when Lagarde confessed? See? Oak says, add quote, I hope your boss doesn't poop. And there's Nora saying, made it. Welcome, Nora, why are we screaming? Quickita said, hey, Nora, look, it's Verity. Nora said, today is my last day of school, and I'm already so sad, even though seeing my friends a lot this summer is gonna be so hard not seeing them every day. You and I must be very opposite, because, like, even though I miss my friends in summertime, I was so glad to be out of school. Nora said, I see. I just did the ice bucket challenge and I'm gold. And screaming in all caps. Ray said, Nora, you got out of school late. Quickita said, I apologize, chat, in advance for my behavior in a little bit. Oh, probably because of Simeon Sate. Ray says, I got out like 2 weeks ago. Nora said, when did you start though? And Ray said, oh, I have no idea. I forgot already. All right, let's play some more. The court is in recess. Nobody's allowed to enter. Really? Oh, it's the same as before. The court is in recess. Nobody's allowed to enter. Nobody's allowed to enter. How will the trial ever get started again? You got him with a stone cold contradiction or whatever. Yeah. There we go. Let's look at more stuff. Can we look at the picture? Can we look at the books? Quote, my first set of statue books. There's books about statues? Hey, do you think even I would understand these? But somebody's taken the first one! I will have no foundation upon which to build my statue knowledge. If I were gonna read these, I need to begin in the beginning, right? How else would I understand the story? I'm sorry to disappoint you, Kay, but this might be the wrong place to look for a compelling narrative. Can we look at these benches? Is this plant? No, these benches? the door out of here. Oh no, I already clicked that. Darn it, darn it. There was a check mark. My trigger finger was too fast. She's doing another. There we go. We look at this, the bulletin board. This shows a list of the trials due to take place in the courtroom. Ms. Lagarde's trial features prominently, of course. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, if we don't find this missing evidence, I know it will be bad for all of us. We need to speak with Franziska and Fender. I know, because it's only a 15-minute recess that we've been wasting 25 minutes of. Edgeworth. Let's look at the trash can. Oh, it's a drinking fountain. There's a sign stuck to the water fountain here. Press the pedal to enjoy delicious ice-cold water. However, be aware that once you press it, the water won't stop. Use with care. I think do not use under any circumstances might be more appropriate. All right, I'm a pretty careful girl. Here goes nothing. Not another step, Kay. I want to see the animation of water. Okay, let's talk to all the peeps. Regina. Courtroom trials sure are fun. There's even an animal tamer performing here today. An animal tamer? But she's a little too grumpy. Might want to think about appealing to the audience a little more. Is she talking about Lagarde because she's got all the minks? But she is so good with that whip. Oh no, she thinks Franziska's a lion tamer because of her whip. Oh, that's fantastic. If you're talking about who I think you are, the whip is exclusively reserved for use on humans. Simeon, is there nothing we can do to help? Let me see. Oh, wait, I have a good idea. If you guys could put on a show here in the courtroom, that would distract everybody. And they'd be so busy watching that they'd have to postpone the trial till later. You know, honestly, that's... As far as ideas in this universe go, that's not such a bad idea. No. If I do that, they'll arrest me again. No, they won't. They just won't. It'll be fine. Courtrooms are nice. If you entertain everybody, there's no way they'll arrest you. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? I really wish you wouldn't spout such nonsense with such infuriating confidence. All right, 2 people left. Fender. Oh, it's almost quiet enough to show the spoiler clips, but we got Fender's music playing here. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, because I'm still behind in the chat. Nora says, Lurk, thank you for the lurk, Nora. You warm up, I guess, after your ice bucket challenge. Oak said, Teray, this is considered late. When I was in school, I got out of school in like 25th of June. I usually got out of school like a week into June. So this would be like about right for me when I was in school. But yeah, it probably depends on when you start. Ray says, at least for me, I got out May 28th, which is only a week ago. Well, okay, now when I got to college usually ended at the end of May, so it varies. Ray said, June 25th is crazy, though. Tiff said, when I was in school, we didn't get out until like June 18th or so. Oak said, it's probably a state thing. Tiff for the hydrate command, thank you very much, Tiff. I will do that right now. Thank you very much, Tiff. Ray says, the horses in my state run so fast, it makes time go faster. Is that how time works? It's the speed of horses? Is it kind of like how in Superman 2, Superman flies around the earth backwards and it makes time rewind? So it's just horses running as fast as Superman? Oak said, although I think some schools in my area had slightly different school end dates depending on the school, but it always ended in June. I think the first high school I went to ended in early June because they started school super early, like late August. See, that's when I started, like last week of August. So they were able to end it early too. Queen Katie said, captions, his Tiff still in the India audiences. That's what I said. His Tiff still in the India audiences. Oak said, most other schools in my district started early to mid-September. Garlic, how you doing? Says, yeah, a lot of schools start in the end of August. Garlic, welcome. How's your week going? Let me take a quick look over at YouTube. Oh crap, I gotta scroll up a little bit. Oh wait, no I don't, I missed it. There we go. Well, yeah, Wonder said, that's cool. When it goes global, will you stream Persona 5 The Phantom X? I've been thinking about it. I'm not usually big on gacha games, but
but I am eager to revisit that universe. I've been thinking about playing Persona Strikers coming up sometime soon, so I'm undecided. We shall see how it goes. Queen Katie over here in the Twitch chat posted on our Discord a really useful thread that gave a bunch of info on like what the game actually is. So yeah, I'm undecided. We'll see. I might give it a try. We will see. Valtube says, poor Saint, he's so scared of being arrested again, he wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm gonna be honest, if I ever got arrested for murder, wrongfully, obviously wrongfully, I'd be kind of paranoid about that happening too. I would not want to run afoul of the law again. Thanatos said, the fly would probably make him faint. Probably. He's a bit of a wimp. He's like my cat. Toshi says, Kay saying courthouses are nice is wild after what happened to her father. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're right. But that's also where she got to keep Edgeworth's spare cravat, although it was filled with boogers. But that's got to be a nice memento. But that is a good point, Toshi. Okay, and I'll read a couple more here on Twitch, and then we'll get back to the game. Ray said, mine should start the end of August. Oak said I should make a smash or pass tier list of whomst from whatst. Ray says, I have a feeling this will be made either way, regardless of audience input. Oak. Quigator says, Simeon, heart, Saint. Nora said, dime equal money. Any money equal good Monet. Ooh, it's good Monet. Quigator said, my man. Garlic said, is anyone else's device about to die? Weedles died earlier. So if yours dies, you'll join Weedle. Let's play some more of the game here. Hey, K-Meister, so you got your old memory back, huh? Oh, is he? Oh, yeah, he wasn't there when that happened. Did we not let him know? Are we not a good friend, Defender?
Sure did. I'm me again.
You had me worried 6 ways till Sunday. Not that other K wasn't a blast, too. Anyways, welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. Hey, Fender, stop trying to hug minors.
No. You're creepy. You're very touchy with underage people. We need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay?
Oh, yeah, I guess things did go pretty pear-shaped in there, huh?
We can present anything to Fender.
A cute pin, favorite of yours? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, you look a picture in it, Milesy's boy.
This is one of Kay's most treasured possessions. I won't be wearing it anytime soon. I think he should wear it as his temporary prosecutor's badge till he gets it back.
Is that so? Well then, guess there's only one thing for it. Come here and let me pin a big ol' attorney's badge on that handsome chest of yours.
Oh! Is he flirting? I walked right into that. Oh! Forged letter.
What kind of total scuzzbucket drags a poor innocent kid like Kay into a case like that? But at least we got the old thiefaroo of thiefaroos back now, huh?
My memory. I'm sorry. Could you tell me your name?
What? Kay, don't tell me you've had a relapse. Oh, that's so sad. So sad. Tell you what, bring it in. If you've forgotten that you find my hugs creepy.
Edgeworth is a pillow princess. It just clicked for me.
A pillow princess. Wow. Thank you for the 10 bits. What's a pillow princess? I actually don't know this slang. I'm not cool. Is that something I can Google, that I can look up and find out what a pillow princess is? For some reason, I'm imagining like a princess from The Princess and the Pea, like someone who can't sleep if there's like a pea under the mattress. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. What is that?
You're kidding, right? Got you good there, didn't I? Sucker! That's right, you're a sucker. Yeah, seriously though, thanks for looking after me. I couldn't have got my memories back without you, but please stop trying to hug me. I have a bubble.
Oh, you gotta stop scaring me like that. Anyway, all's well that ends well. Bring it in. Stop it!
There are so many people in this courthouse that could arrest you and should right now. No!
Seems the old double act is back together. I don't know, there's something deeply uncomfortable though about a grown man because how old is his Fender again? A grown man in his 30s just trying so hard to get hugs from a 17-year-old girl. Big building.
Oh, what kind of total? Oh,
that's the same thing as before. We gotta see some more sexual harassment of a minor. I hope that's not like what he says to every single piece of evidence. It should probably only be stuff related to the previous case. How about that creature feature flyer?
I think I get it. So this is it, huh? The key to unravel.
Okay, this is what he said before when he doesn't have anything to say. I should read some more chat then while we're looking over all this stuff. Let's see, Queen Katie with another Simeon Saint, my man. Nora says, good money, huh?
Billow Princess is lesbian slang for someone who prefers to receive rather than give.
Oh.
Boobies,
Ah.
in honor of lesbians.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, I'm glad I didn't Google that then, because I have a feeling the internet might have described it a bit more vividly than that. Okay. I did not know that because, chat, I am sorry that I have to confess this. I know it's Pride Month, and so I'm going to have to come out that I'm not a lesbian. I hope you won't disown me. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that. Queen Katie with another Simeon Saint with hearts. How many times did she do that? Oak said, oh, hey, Simeon. Queen Katie says, yeehaw, more Simeon Heart Saint. Nora said, time is money, therefore good money is a good time. And Queen Katie says, Simeon Heart Saint. I love you. Okay, I'm done. Oak said, how are we an hour into stream? We're an hour and a half into stream now. So I know I'm at least a half hour behind in Twitch chat. Nora says, Oak, do you want footage of Z and AJ pouring ice water on my head? Cypher says, update on my boss. He is trying so hard not to poop himself to the point he's quoting Commander Irwin's final speech to the chat. You know what? I'm going to be honest. That is an inspiring speech. So I think if anything would inspire someone to clench up and hold that in, it would be that. And Oak says, yes, desperately. Let me take a look over on YouTube chat. Let's see. Toshi says, I read that. Valtube said, Simeon being like Logan's cat is so cute. It's so true. Like the slightest thing will scare her so easily. Like a little unexpected sound. Like if my knee brushes up against the corner of the wall as I'm walking down the hallway or something like that. She is just so meek and everything is frightening to her. The littlest thing, if it's different, it's like, okay, here, I gotta give you an example. Like, if she ever sees anything out of place, she gets so suspicious of it. Yesterday, I went into the bathroom, and the cat followed me in, and she jumped up on the toilet seat and was really freaking out because this is all it was. So I had an audition that I needed to do this past week, and I had a printout sheet of paper with the lines on the audition. And sometimes I'll like go into the bathroom and I'll like practice it in front of the mirror, you know, so I can kind of see how it looks and stuff like that. And I had that there, and after I did the audition, I left the paper there in the bathroom, and the corner, like a quarter of an inch of the corner of this sheet of paper was sticking out over the edge of the bathroom counter. And she, from the toilet seat looking up, could see that little tiny white triangle of paper sticking out, and it was freaking her out because that wasn't supposed to be there. She's so meek, but I love her so much. Wonder says, Strikers is way different than P5 or P5R. Well, yeah, it's like a Dynasty Warriors type of game, right? It's like a beat 'em up, isn't it? Said, everything you know about these tools, throw it out the window because it's 1,000% different, mainly when fighting. Thanatos says, oh no. Toshi says, what a betrayal. Shingo, how you doing? Says, I'm not a lesbian. And unsubscribe. No, Shingo. Is that the only reason that you were here? Because you hoped I was a lesbian? A lesbian man? A lesbian man? Is that a man lesbian? Valtube said, Logan, what you would if someone in chat started to defend Larry or Fender's behavior to minors, what would you do? Would you ban them? I guess it depends on how, like, genuine they're defending it. I'd probably give a warning and say, like, okay, we need to cut that out. And if the person persisted, they might get a timeout or something. But if it's just, like, lighthearted, like, hey, I don't think they have bad intentions or something like that, then that's whatever. But if they're like, no, this is what adults should do, they should do that. Yeah.
My partner says that you would have a better chance in the gay scene. Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. Did I ever tell you what my sister said to me one time? I have a half-sister that lives in San Diego that during the summertime, I usually try to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I couldn't afford last year, probably not this year either. I'm hoping next year, though. But actually, I gotta re-up my professional status to be able to afford to go for free again. But anyway, I usually stay with her because she lives in San Diego, right? And then I don't have to pay for hotels. It's great. It's wonderful. I remember one time I was staying there, and she literally said to me, you know, Logan, I used to think for a while that you were gay. But then I realized, no, you're just very bad at dating, very bad around girls. I think it was because that my dad had passed away like a few years back, And I think she saw me like interacting with like there was a girl I knew who was there that attended the funeral and stuff like that. And she just kind of realized like, oh yeah, you're just bad at dating. That's what it is. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So here's the problem. I actually would not have a better chance in the gay scene because I want to date a heterosexual girl. And I could be wrong, but I don't think there are very many of those in the gay scene. I could be wrong, but thank you for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's play some more of the game, then we'll be back to the chat. And once again, don't worry, Queen Katie, I haven't forgotten about the clips. I just want to make sure we get to a point where there's no music, because I have a feeling they're going to be kind of quiet, because, again, before I got the microphone. I guess he doesn't think much of it. Oh, that's right, we're clicking all these things, all these old things. And so that's right, I was reading chat, because this is what he says when he has nothing to say. Let's see. Tiff says, it has not been 3 years since AAI, I refuse. Well, no, because it was early in 2022, wasn't it? And now we're early in, crap, we're midway through 2025. I did the same thing. So I was uploading some clips to YouTube, and I was checking, I realized like, oh, next week I'll be uploading the clip to YouTube that I uploaded on Christmas, this past Christmas on TikTok. And I thought to myself, oh man, I must be almost caught up because we're just the beginning of 2025. Christmas was probably just a few weeks ago. Then I realized it's June. It was unsettling. Nora says, oh, sent. Spirit of Justice was 9 years ago. Garlic says 9 years. Nora said, yes, 2016. Garlic says, holy cow. Tiff said to Nora, I was talking about Logan. I was talking about since Logan played AAI, not the release date. That is true. Nora said, oh, my bad. I've known Logan for, Tiff said, no worries. Just thought I'd clarify. Nora said, what's the command called? And Tiff does follow age. Sorry, we just got to see if there's anything new with presenting evidence to him. Then we will talk about normal things to him. Well, normal murder stuff. Nora says, I've been around for a bit, but... Well, you first got here when we played Doki Doki Literature Club, and that was about 3.5 years ago also, right? But then you disappeared for a long time. Nora said, oh, thank you for reminding me. Ray says, turn that frown upside down. Does that work? It can if you can do a cartwheel. I cannot do a cartwheel. I have never in my entire life done a successful cartwheel. That is official Logan Robo lore for you. Tiff said, I've almost been around for 4 years. What? That can't be right. Quigita said, Wonder is the pro tag of P5X. Yes. Eglin said, I've been following for 3 years. Sad, I missed my follow-versary broken heart. Nora says, oh, I'm still $2 away from Twitch payout. You'll get there, though. Nora says, BRB, see when you get back. Shingo says, I just finished streaming for the day. What were you streaming, Shingo? Have we done a shout out for you? Can we do a shout out then? Because if you were doing, let's do that. Let's do a shout out for Shingo's streams while we're just going through these pieces of evidence and see what you were playing. Oh crap! Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I got to be ready in case it's a spoiler. Oh, Smash Brothers. That is the sun crashing to the earth. We are dead. That kills all of us. None of this matters anymore. I know that because I work at a planetarium, and that is science. Okay, 2 more pieces of evidence, then we'll talk to Fender, huh?
I just realized that my partner said immediately after saying you would do better in the gay scene. Don't tell him that, and I didn't see BC. I was busy telling you. Crying face emoji. Boo.
Ah! Well, here's what you do in that type of situation. You still tell me, but then at the end you just say that I was told not to tell you. And then you did your due diligence, and I still found out the whole thing. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Okay, so that is everything that we need to talk to him about, or present to him. So let's talk to him now.
We need to dig up this missing evidence, lickety-split. But we can't count on them putting the trial on hold much longer.
I know. We're on minute 43 of the last 15 minutes of this recess.
Yeah, it's a stumper, all right. If only some kind soul would offer to go find it for us.
In 15 minutes?
That's an expectant look if I ever saw one.
Miles Edgeworth.
I can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's badge back, bucko. Finally decided to come walk the path of righteousness with me and your old man, huh?
I don't know if it's righteousness. What you were doing in there by defending Fifi Lagarde was very unethical, Fender. On the plus side, though, we haven't seen Fender eat paper in a while. Which I do kind of wonder if that's going to be important, because they made a big deal out of that. But we also haven't seen his grown-up sprite doing it. Wouldn't it be awful if Fender is the murderer, and they had the whole thing with him eating paper to justify that he's apparently destroyed evidence by eating it?
That'd be sad. The committee has my badge, that much is true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. I don't know if you realize this. His footsteps led into an elevator where he died.
No, well, it's not like there's a deadline. You do you for as long as you need. The old family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done.
Thank you, Fender. All right, now we can talk to friend Ziska. Also, I should probably save at some point. When was the last time I saved? I don't think we've even saved tonight, or maybe we have. No, we did once when we changed over to a different part. Ooh, now we got some different background music. Let's see. Queen Gator said, fun fact in the fan translation. Oh, I read that earlier. Shingo said, I was playing Great Ace Attorney 2 and was on the verge of tears. It got sentimental. I am looking forward to playing those games. There was Selmers coming in. Selmers, again, thank you for being here. Queen Gator said, yeah, I thought of you and Vero as soon as I saw the Transformers reference in the wiki list. Lol. Where is Vero? Vero's got like a stomach flu. I hope Vero's okay. Queen Gator said, I went, holy heck, I gotta tell Vero. Selmers says, been doing good. Graduated high school. Stream's been going good. Congratulations. Selmers, what are the plans now? Are you gonna get a job? Gonna go to college? Gonna join the military? Gonna do all those things? Shingo said, how do shoutouts work? Those look fun. I need to learn to do those. Well, the type that I do, we use a thing called, I think it's now called Shoutout Guru. It used to be called Twitch Guru, but they had to, I think they got like sued or were threatened to cease and desist by having Twitch in their name by old Twitch Bezos. So now they're called Shoutout Guru. So you can check that out. Oak says, to Shingo, you have to set up Twitch Guru and type exclamation point shoutout name, and then it'll show a random clip from the person you shout out. Shingo said, Twitch Guru, huh? I'll look into that. Yeah, except it did change its name. It's a different URL now. Garlic said, evidence under that bench. I thought it was that the one in the other hall. It's been a while since I played. I could be mistaken as well. It's been a long time since I played too. Oak said, something about the way Logan says Jorge just sounds like whore, comma, hey. But that is how the name is pronounced, Jorge. Nora says, real. Cypher says, another update. My boss needs to poop so bad, he started ranting about it in Spanish. We've all been there. I don't even speak Spanish. But I just suddenly start ranting in Spanish if I need to poop enough. Let me read some more in the chat over on YouTube. Let's see. Opinion says, wait, you wouldn't date a bi girl? Okay, yes, I would date a bi girl. I'm sorry, that is true. So maybe I would be able to find a bi girl in the gay scene. But the problem there is I'd have to compete against women. And I don't know if you guys realize this, women are really, they're cute, they're pretty, they're hot. I don't know why anyone who's bi would like choose a guy unless all the female options were just completely exhausted, because like, why would you? We're gross. Valtube says, or a pan girl. Yeah, okay, within the umbrella, people who are attracted to men is in their Venn diagram. Shingo says, you know, ... I've heard that there are indeed a lot of heterosexual girls in the gay scene, if only because they have less things to feel threatened by. Also, there's like hanging out, maybe. And Valtube says, I love Franziska. Well, speaking of Franziska, let's talk to her.
Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor.
Franziska, just call me only Chan.
You shouldn't be here, you know. You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you mean to do with the rest of your life.
He's gonna be a homemaker for Phoenix. He's gonna be a house husband. Oh, now we gotta present everything to her. All right, present.
That's all you have now instead of the prosecutor's badge you gave up on, isn't it? It suits you, Miles Edgeworth. Hold it right there! Hey, how come when I said hold it, it didn't explode in a speech balloon? If you think it suits Mr. Edgeworth, you should see it on me!
You jumped in just to tell us that. Okay, these things.
So you fully recovered your memory now, Kay Faraday? Sure have. I remember everything clear as day. You hitting me with your whip? Every last detail. I think I even remember wishing I had good enough eyesight to see it coming.
Oh, I thought she was gonna say she's gonna fight her or something.
An amusing thought. Well, can you spot this?
Oh, are they sparring? Are they testing each other's strength? Yeah! Catch it like, oh, it hit Edgeworth. I wanted to be, you know how like people catch swords? I wanted to catch the whip. Why is she hitting me? Because she cares about K. Miles.
Oh, that was so close. I think I almost saw it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I'll get it this time, I promise. Come on, I'm begging you. Well, all right, just this once.
No, I'm begging you, both of you, stop it. Oh. Will this be the same thing like it was with, yep, it'll be the same thing. I'll read some more in the chat while we're going through this. Ray says, Ralsei is very connected to nature because of the raw dogging. Nora said, oh, Cuban sent the ice bucket challenge, by the way. England said, that's how you know he's mid-prairie dogging it. Oak with a timestamp, 1:23:45. Hey, how about that? That's actually not bad. That is less than a half hour behind on Twitch chat. I am being responsible, and we don't even have slow mode turned on. Tiff says, I'm gonna be kind of lurking, playing the Date Everything demo for like the 7th or 8th time. That reminds me, there is a demo for that out. Also, though, somebody posted a clip talking about, was it Vero posted about Pick Me, Pick Me? It's the one where it's a competitive dating sim, where like you and a friend are there and you're both like trying to date the same person. And apparently it's just free. It's early access, but it's free. So I downloaded that on Steam. If anybody wants to compete against me, spoilers, you'll do very well. I am not good at meeting girls.
Miles Edgeverse, you might have plenty of time on your hands, but I'm a busy woman. I don't have time to look over every piece of garbage you thrust in front of me. Now put it away and consider the evidence in your possession more carefully before bothering me again.
She's got a point. This is only a 15-minute recess that we're over 45 minutes into. She's every bit as unforgiving as ever, I see. Okay, that's probably what she says when she has nothing to say. So I can read some more in the chat. Garlic says, Date Everything demo. Ooh, I must play.
This is the president of Zhangfa.
It is. Di Jun Wang himself. His body was discovered just a short while ago.
What? There must be some mistake.
There isn't. I saw it with my own eyes. It's true.
And are you suggesting that his death has something to do with my current case?
No. Well, not exactly. We are just hoping to speak with Judge Gambit.
Miles Edgeverse, are you deliberately trying to distract me with irrelevant evidence? Yeah!
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shown that to you.
What, so you're saying you're going to start hiding things from me now? Ha!
Ouch! No! I can't say anything right.
And this. Miles Edgeverse, you might have... Okay, this is what she says when there's nothing to say. Oh, crap, I hit the wrong button. I didn't want to press that. There we go, this one.
Eglin says, I want to play Date Everything, but I also want to wait until it comes out fully. Eglin said, which I think is in 2 weeks. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, I can just wait till the game comes out. Cyber says, another update. He is tweaking and speaking that he reached enlightenment before howling in pain. Are we sure that he took real laxatives? I feel like I never do that when I need to poo. Never achieve enlightenment. Quick said I had to BRB for a bit because my Xbox finally updated and got Zen Zone 0, so I had to log in and nab my goodies. Well, welcome back, Queen Katie said, but now I am back. Cyber said he is screaming that it's coming out. Quote, he just needs to win this last race. Queen Katie said, has Logan seen the recap clips? I've not, because we haven't gotten to a point where there's no background music again. But we'll get there, I promise. Oak said, Queen Katie, no, he's waiting until the music cuts out. And there was Selmers with a follow age. Eglin said, I always got out of school in May. There was one year it was different for me. In 6th grade, I transferred to a different school just for that year, and it was a year-round school thing. And so they actually started school, I think, at the end of June. But I transferred in August, at the end of August. So it was like normal start of the school year for me, and I got like 3-week breaks between every term. It was kind of amazing. Let's see, quick with the timestamp, 1:29:39. See, I'm still less than a half hour behind. And Eglin says, I got out in mid-May and went back late August/beginning of September. Cyber says, he did it. My boss beat all of Mario Kart after taking laxatives and he didn't poop himself. Let's go. And yes, please play P5X. It is peak. Garlico says, yay, good for him, question mark. All right, we can talk about stuff with Franziska for real. Let me take a glance over in the YouTube chat real quick. Shingo says, I just arrived and noticed in the video that it was showcased was very, very old Smash Brothers tournament since I used to run them for my city. I kind of don't like that part of my past anymore. Like playing Smash Brothers or being involved in the tournament scene. Because I do hear that like fighting game tournaments
tend to sometimes be magnets for strange controversies. Valtube says, why don't you like it? It sounds cool. Opinion says, ... When did Franziska whip Kay? Yeah, did she whip her once? Or maybe she just... Because, like, Franziska's normally... I want to say uncharacteristically, but it's not. It's just uncommonly nice to Kay, like compared to other people, you know? Shingo says, because over time, the people in the city started to spread rumors about me and my best friend, and my best friend's social image stresses him out so much they pushed him against me for a few months. Oh, that's awful. Why is there always like drama with that type of thing in like this, in always like small scale nerdy stuff? Said, eventually we fixed things, but made us both leave the Smash scene. Kinda would have preferred anything from the Great Ace Attorney instead. My friend is much more mature now, and we're closer than ever, though. Okay, so all's well that ends well, at least. What are you going to do, Franziska? You only have 15 minutes. Yes. Remember when the judge gave you a recess 55 minutes ago? You still have all of those 15 minutes.
Don't you think I know that? And wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor. Call me reading the news or something. You know I hate news anchors. I use a whip on most people, but I have a gun I use for news anchors. And it's utterly exasperating.
It's probably better that I don't rise to that. Oh, that was it? Okay, Knight's murder then. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Franziska.
Nor did I. But what a case! The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of a prison, no less. The murder weapon was properly entered into the evidence and everything.
And yet, when you went to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there.
That imbecile, not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. And I don't know if you realize this because I've been very subtle about it over the years. I consider being a fool to be a bad thing.
So are we gonna have to go over to Eustace Winter's house? Like pound on his door? It's like, get out of bed, Eustace! Yuck!
The next time I see the little coward, I'll whip him into shape if it's the last thing I do.
You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. So there's no point to any of that. We already, every bit of information that we got from that, we had already gleaned from. Okay, so we just gotta wait. Is Eustace gonna show up?
Yeah, if only somebody would go sniff out that evidence for us. Oh, I'm staring at you, Miles. I'm staring at you.
And I'm closing my eyes. I can't see you stare. Oh crap, I opened them. I reverse blinked. Fine, we'll do it.
Way to go, Milesy-o! Hey, you sure?
I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes.
Friend me will buy you as much time as we can, okay?
Oh, that's right. Once they get back in, they can maybe stall. She can just go on a whipping spree. Every time that Judge Gavel tries to do a verdict, just whip her.
G won't be banging that hammer of hers until you've made it back with the goods, I promise.
Thank you. I'll be counting on you, Fender. And you, Franziska, how does that sound?
What makes you think I'd accept your help? How about some advice instead? That you seriously consider a new career as a news anchor? See, I said that before, because I spoke to you.
Oh, come on, Fran. Clock's a tick-tocking here. Time to step up to the plate.
Ah, you know how much I hate the TikTok. I do not understand the dancing trends. All right, fine. We will stall the trial for as long as we can. But you'd better get your ex-prosecutor behind in gear. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe that could be your new career instead.
I'm glad you're on board.
I can help too. I don't want to be arrested again.
Oh, is he gonna come with us? Can we put Money the Monkey on his head to ratatouille him?
Ooh, this sounds fun. Can I play?
All right, that would be very helpful of you both. Very well, where shall we begin?
I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you?
Eustace, is that what we're talking about? Who will we need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence went? Eustace, right? Is he here?
Ah, there he is.
I guess we could talk to her. We're gonna go talk to Eustace.
Eustace Winner. Take that! And take that! That's right, the supposed custodian of the evidence in question, Eustace Winner. Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it. Thank you, Mr. Saint. Oh, are we just sending the two of them to go talk to Eustace? So we're gonna look for the knife, find where it's been hidden? Because I assume that Franziska came to court today with it, which I mean is probably hidden somewhere on the premises. Oh, that was a gunshot! Simeon Saint just got shot! Why are we not checking out? I'm sorry, Queen Katie, Simeon Saint is dead. You heard that gunshot, right? I should read some more in the chat. Let's see. Cypher says, I'm friends with the guy who made that thread, by the way. Nice! It was very useful information, I think. Queen Katie said, apparently Persona 5X is very free-to-play friendly, so that's good for me. I was gonna hoard anyway for a future character I wanted the most. Here's the thing, I feel like there's free-to-play friendly, but okay, it means that like you can still accomplish anything free to play. What I don't like though is a lot of the time it's like, yeah, you can do it free to play, but it means that instead of spending $5 on this, you're gonna devote 7 hours of grinding to that. And I feel like my time is, the precious fleeting moments of my life are also as valuable as my money. And so it's like, I don't like that grinding. So we shall see. I might give it a try and test it out and see if I vibe with it, and then maybe make a decision from there. Cypher says, yep, been playing it on TW servers. It's very free-to-play friendly. And Cypher says, great for him. You know, maybe if they bring in like Persona 4 characters as bonus characters, maybe then I could get into it. Oak says, add quote, if I got arrested for murder, ... wrongfully, ... obviously wrongfully, ... LoganRobo, clearly guilty of murder. Unfortunately, I don't know if we have any mods here right now. Vero's got a stomach flu, and I think Crystal's internet might have gone kaput. Queen Katie said, I hunger for chips. I go get chips. See you when you get back, Queen Katie. Ray says, a pillow princess is a term that used mostly in lesbian relationships describing someone who purely receives, in quotes. Eglin said, he's coming out a straight broken heart. Nora said, but you like the ladies, so you're halfway there. Ray said, I can't believe this, Logan, ... Oak says, during Pride Month, broken heart. Eglin said, this is why you're lonely, Logan. You limit your options. I feel like there might be other reasons, too. Let me have a sip of water and I'll look over YouTube chat, too. Let's see. Oh, crap, I gotta scroll up just a little bit. I'm several comments behind. Shingo says, regarding Franziska, it might be my imagination, but she has always seemed much more caring for girls she knows have suffered greatly. I agree with you. I think for one thing, she just seems more favorably disposed toward women in general, but especially that she definitely has a soft spot for Kay. She's not as mean and aloof as she first seems, especially toward girls. So I think you're right, Shingo. Thanatos says, Bronco, hee hearts. Shingo said, no wonder, for example, that she cares a lot for Adrian Andrews. Oh, I forgot about Adrian Andrews. She was in like 2 different cases. Shingo says, Fender might be doing the loudest wink at Edgeworth that has ever made a noise. Opinion says, why does Franziska not whip Fender? He keeps saying stuff I feel like she would hate. Yeah, why not whip him? I mean, she has before, but she ought to do more instead of just over at Miles. Shingo says, hasn't she? I feel like she immediately whipped him immediately upon his introduction to her. Opinion says, oh, I didn't mean she doesn't whip him at all. I meant this courtroom right now. And Fork says, how do you feel about Kristoff? Well, first of all, Fork, is this your first time here over on YouTube? Hi, Fork. Hi, welcome. I should give you the rundown of the channel. I hope you're still there. It takes me a while to read comments and chat. Hopefully you saw that in the pinned message. So hopefully you're still here. Let me give you the quick rundown of the channel, then I'll give you my opinion there. So for our schedule, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, we're alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and the other game is Metaphor ReFantazio, a really fun JRPG from the makers of Persona. It's really great, so that means tomorrow's gonna be Metaphor, and whenever we end up finishing tonight, probably about an hour from now, we'll pause and then pick up there on Sunday's stream with this game. But for Kristoff Gavin, we played... Kristoff Gavin is interesting. we try to come up with voices for everybody, and I just remember that one of our community members really liked Kristoff Gavin and gave a suggestion for a voice. It was the most bizarre suggestion I think we've ever had. And we don't allow, our community rules, we don't allow political conversation. This is probably the closest thing there ever was to a political conversation, though, because someone said, hey, for Kristoff Gavin, can you try to give him a Ben Shapiro impression? And so again, no comments, no discussion about Ben Shapiro as a person and political opinions, but I tried. So for Kristoff Gavin, he was just always talking like this all the time. Probably not a very good Ben. It was my attempt at doing that, but he was fun. I don't know why he has such furnishings in prison.
He shouldn't be allowed it. He looks like, in prison, he looks like Lex Luthor whenever he goes to prison. We have like a library and a big chair and like exotic animals and things like that. But he was fun. I do like the parallel. And somebody had to point this out to me that in Dual Destinies, that when Apollo Justice went all Chunibyo and had like the eye patch and was wearing Clay Terran's coat and everything, that some of his poses when he was all like torn and suspecting of Athena, that he was doing like Kristoff's poses. So I do like the fact that Kristoff's, that his whole like storyline kind of continued to live on. So yeah, that was kind of fun stuff. And Fork says, yeah, hi, OCR here. I said, nah, that's crazy. Listen, hear me out on him. No need, there were people who were loving Kristoff. So you don't have to worry. We accept the simpage for all sorts of people in this game series. I have been very much in love with Penny Nichols. And so if you can forgive me for that, I will forgive you for Kristoff Gavin. All right, let's play a little bit more and then we'll be back to chat soon. I'm still like a half hour behind in the Twitch chat, huh?
Wait, didn't Kristoff have a German accent? Boo.
Yeah! No, but his brother Clavier did. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. In fact, I think we even made a joke about that because at one point he's like, haha, yes, Clavier, what do you think about it? And he's like, why isn't he speaking with a German accent? He's making mine seem fake. But apparently, like, Clavier's German stuff is just fake. For one thing, he was played by, what crap, wasn't he played by, in his one little voice line, wasn't he Yuri Lowenthal? And he's like, Achtung, everybody, yeah, we're gonna play the guitarist serenade here. Like, no accent whatsoever, even though he's always calling people Fräulein and stuff like that. So you might be getting the two Gavins mixed up there. Oh, but thank you very much for the 10 bits. So yes, one of them we gave the same voice that we give Franziska here, which is a really awful German accent, but I like doing it. Anyway, as I said, let's play a little bit more of the game. We are past the 2-hour mark, and I would like to point out that I think Crystal's internet may have gone down, and she's usually the one that really seeks out a lot of raid suggestions. So even though it's pretty early for that, it might be good to start keeping an early eye out for possible raid suggestions for the Twitch chat.
Alrighty then, think we'd better huddle and talk tactics, huh, Fran? Just the two of us.
Ow! Hey, Opinion! There you go. He just got, wait, no, was it Opinion? Yeah, he just got whipped. He got it.
Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeverse.
I'll try not to. We'll be back as soon as we can.
I just teleported through the door. We don't have an animation for an opening, so I clipped out of bounds. Oh, I'm not supposed to be out of here. This is a bug. I think I'm trapped.
Oh, Franny Poo, wait up now. I'm gonna see if I can get out that door as well. Boop.
Oh, what's the pling pling I heard? Oh, Fork has just followed me on Twitch. Thank you so much, Fork. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I should let you know that as I said, I'm much farther behind on Twitch chat. I am currently probably about 25 minutes behind in the Twitch chat. So in fact, let me scroll to the bottom, see if you posted anything there. It's saying in all caps. Okay, I switched here. Well, welcome. Because here is all sorts of wonderful people. In fact, I can also give you here. This is a link tree, and I'll paste this later into YouTube as well. That has all of our social media accounts, has a Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all the good stuff. So feel free to make use of it or ignore it as you see fit. There's no pressure on any of it, but those links are there should you feel so inclined to check them out. But thank you so much for the follow. I will be back up to where I was before. There we are. Like I said, I'm like 25 minutes behind in chat. And I do read every comment in chat, as you probably noticed, but it will take a while to get to any comments that are mentioned on Twitch.
All right, we'll need to find Mr. Winner, and fast.
Oh, and there's Judge Gavel. She should know where he lives. She was like his babysitter, basically.
Wow!
Judge Gavel, ... close parentheses in blue. Mr. Edgeworth, a pleasure, as always.
A pleasure? How is it a pleasure? And what was all that just now?
Okay, stop it!
But Judge Gavel knows that horrible woman is a killer! Why the heck would she ... question mark it white?
Evidence is the only language that the goddess of justice understands. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into...
Except, it's not just your personal thought and feeling that she's guilty. You saw the evidence. You know that evidence exists. It is there. It's real. You're intentionally pretending to be dumber than you are, and that helps nobody here. Is this all Judge Verity Gavel is? You may believe my way of thinking to be heartless, but it is my way. To be this hard and unforgiving? There's something I'd like to ask you if you don't mind. Please go ahead. What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago? The roof. You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the two of you. I love the fact that we're getting what we came here for. And so if we just want to be a jerk after we talk to, we can leave and they'll be like, hope they found Eustace. Hope it worked out. And is there something wrong with that? Only that his body was discovered this morning, right next to the very same building. Okay, what's her reaction? Is she gonna be surprised? I don't think we've ever seen a surprised sprite from her. Oh, that's a surprise sprite. It's the just past wind sprite. What? I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the two of you? Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs alone. That much we know to be true. As I said, we've seen the footage. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power? Were you violating the Logan Act on Logan's stream? Isn't that a thing? Is that where where people who aren't in the government talk to foreign officials? I don't know. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. Thank you very much. I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog. Also, I should have a sip of water, and I should probably read some chat, even though I wasn't that far away from, wasn't away from you guys for that long. Let's see. Cypher says, boss just got back from the bathroom. He's ending his stream now. Oh, he pooped himself. Nora said, I went on my first ever roller coaster today. High roller at Valley Fair. You should talk to Beowulf about that. Beowulf is like a roller coaster enthusiast. Cypher said he ended stream. He may be clickbaiting or something. I don't know. That sounds like the timing of that sounds like he may just be pretending, but I don't know him, so I cannot say for sure. Nora said, you wouldn't date a bi girl. Shaking my head, Logan will only date straight women. Okay, I misspoke. I just need her to be attracted to men, to be willing to be in a heterosexual monogamous relationship. Oak said, maybe you can find a bisexual girlfriend. Shake my head during Pride Month, broken heart. Eglin said, does Logan have bi-wife energy? Nora said, yes, absolutely. Oak said, we are not halfway through 2025. Stop saying these things. Well, we're not quite. It's at the end of June that we're halfway through. So we're a little over 3 weeks away from halfway through 2025. Cypher says, it's June right now, the 6th month out of the 12 months of the year. Oak says, nuh-uh. Oak says, I'm in denial. Eglin said, during Pride Month /J. Cypher says, fun fact, I'm on my high school's esports Smash scene. See, that stuff looks fun, but I'm not good enough at games like that. Cypher says, I'm one of the players, maybe vice captain next year. Eglin says, so sad my high school canceled their Splatoon sections of esports because not enough people played. Broken heart, because you love Splatoon. Cypher says, same, I originally wanted to have a Splat team. But we haven't had the funds nor the interest to. I'm gonna go to bed soon, not right now, but maybe soon. Okay, if you're already gone, because I'm behind in chat, I hope you sleep well and have a good night. Otherwise, I'll keep reading your comments here. Nora said, yo soy mexicana, no habla español. Espanol. I thought there was an exclamation point. So obviously no habla español is I don't speak Spanish. What is yo soy mexicana? Does that mean like you are Mexican? I don't know. Oak says, I think I have a cut on my eyelid or something because ouchie, like on the outside of it or the inside of it. Oak said, I'm trying to find the first clip. Cypher says, K, never saw it coming, I guess. Quiggin said, I remember Lang caught her whipping last game. Oh, that's right! I forgot about so much from the last game. Oak says, first quote that I was there for. Cypher says, Cam, go to bed, chat. Good night, Cypher. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Oak says, good night, Smiley. All right, let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Toshi says, now I'm thinking what animal they gave Kristoff in prison. We talked about that before. In fact, we had a poll. I think, what did the poll end with? Was it a type of dog or something like that? I pointed out, I looked up and found the picture of his jail cell, and he had a bird in a cage, because he was a jailbird. So I headcanon that is his court-appointed animal. It was some type of a bird. What, was it a bird cage or was it a fishbowl? I think it was a bird cage. but now I'm questioning my memory, so I could be wrong. Fork says, heck yeah, understandable. Honestly, wait, I'll be switching on Twitch. Opinion says, okay, there we go. Toshi says, a bald cat suits, oh, like a, what do you call him, a sphinx cat? Thanatos says, I'm Mexican. So there we go. Yeah, because you speak Spanish. I don't. I took French in high school, which was a mistake. Because I plenty of times encountered people who speak Spanish and that would have been useful for. And now I just Duolingo Japanese in my spare time. Speaking of which, Nora, you did the friend quest with me this week. I hope you've done some points. It's an easy one, just 600 experience. I've already collected like 400 plus on my own in the first day. So Nora, let's play some more of the game. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power? I'm not at liberty to say. Is she still being blackmailed even though we caught Excelsius? Does that mean that Dijong Wang, was he in charge with... I wonder if... Because he obviously went down to the storeroom, so he was involved in the underground auction in some way. I think he may have been just trying to get his stuffed Torosaurus toy back because it had a recording device in it. Maybe he thought that it would have incriminating evidence in it. But I also wonder, maybe he was the boss? Is there somebody else who's the big boss over all of this? It better not be like Fender. If they unmask Fender as the grand architect of all of these things, I'm gonna be sad. Not as sad as Dual Destinies made me, but I'll be sad. I see. Well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I have answers. Oh crap, we're gonna play Mind Chess with her? Crap, okay, let's save. I think we're gonna do Mind Chess. Crap, we're gonna do Mind Chess. I hate Mind Chess. And this is probably gonna take the entire rest of the stream because I'm not good at Mind Chess. In which case, there's only one thing for it. She's hiding something, and I have to get it out of her. Into my brain for chess pieces. Ooh! Judge Gavel met with the president of Zhangfa the night before last. Oh, and she's got 4 of them. I will have one more this chapter, right? That one's got to have like 5. Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. But it was simply to discuss professional matters. Matters I am not obliged to discuss with you. Have any of the people we've done Mind Chess against actually had a king chess piece? We've got a knight, a rook, a bishop, and a queen. I'm clearly going to have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. If she puts up too impenetrable of a facade, I'll probably be better off biding my time. Okay, so that's our clue, so we need to watch if she's... But she's always impenetrable. When is she not? Okay, again, we're gonna save because I want to make sure that we have a save as close to the beginning as possible because we're probably gonna have to save scum the crap out of this Mind Chess. I should start by asking what she met the president to talk about. Mind Chess comments. What'd you talk about? Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President Wang to discuss. As I told you, professional matters which I do not intend to share with you. Okay, so maybe impenetrable defense is when she has her gavel telescopically extended there, so we'll try biding our time for that. And wait until she puts it away, and then we'll think that's when her defenses are down. I'm so glad you understand. I must say, you're a very busy woman. A judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field even. Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously. And do those duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries? Yes, of course. From time to time. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside the scope of my duties. Duties? Oh, it's so funny every time we say it. You helped us this morning. Oh, hey. The music stopped. So we can finally check out those clips. We're gonna pause this Mind Chess. I'm sorry. So if anyone's lurking, or wasn't here earlier, Queen Katie found some clips, 2 short little clips from our old Ace Attorney Investigations 1 streams from our VODs from 3 years ago. when I didn't have this good audio microphone. They will help us recap pertinent information about Lang that I was still kind of sketchy about, like what he did that made him lose his lackeys, his goons. And so we're going to pop those up on the stream. We're going to watch them real quick as a quick recap for us. But warning, if you've not played Ace Attorney Investigations 1, this will be some spoilers for that game. So you might just want to mute or something like that. It'll take us like 2 minutes tops probably to get through these. So I'll give you like one of these signals with my hands when we're all done. So let's go ahead and load the first one up. I was just waiting until we got like no music so we could hear it, because with the crappy lack of microphone, it's probably really hard to hear the audio. This one is simply titled Clip. So let's check this out.
Her heart is so loud we can hear it from across the room.
Oh, I miss her laughing sprites. She was so adorable.
That laugh.
See, she was adorable. Didn't she have like freckles too?
I remember this irritating laugh. Brr. Gumshoe goes brr. I'm getting chills down my spine.
It's all the same voices. Okay, so that is the first clip. So it's just reminding us of her. And then the other clip. So again, this is just going to take a brief moment here. So don't worry, lurkers. We will be back. This other one is also just titled Clip.
It's over, Sheena. Oh, looks like you were right, Rukov. I think Lang just shot Sheena.
And this is also
the gunshot was Lang.
This is also back when my walls were yellow.
Your leg! Oh, okay, or he took the bullet for her. Oh, and Kay's hair is all like messed up now. It shows there's been a tussle. Yeah, Agent Lang! Agent Lang! Oh, wait. Oh, no, it wasn't her. It was Bad who fired. So he saved Kay, but he also saved Sheena by taking the bullet, or not Sheena, Callisto.
So that's what got him in trouble, was just that he took the bullet for her? Also, look how tiny I was.
In front of my gun
I was so much farther away from the camera back then. I was so little.
Your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad Did It, but no matter what.
I forgot back then I did say Bad Did It.
It's over.
So there we go. So thank you very much, Queen Katie. That really helps. I now am I think recapped on the first game. So now we'll get to where there is some background music, and then I'll read some more in the chat. So thank you, Queen Katie. Oh, and yeah, we're doing this now, so no more spoilers. So if you were trying to avoid that, you're good to come back. I do miss Sheena. She was cute.
One farther away from the camera. You were just a little back then. Dare I say near crystal size.
What? But but thank you so much for the 10 bits. Crystal, just like, Crystal's pocket sized. If I successfully save up the money to be able to afford that Gallica Kotopikia statue that, again, they say is 1/12 scale. It's life size because she's this big. That Crystal is smaller than that statue. You'll be able to see when I get it. If I'm smaller than the statue, then I'd be Crystal size. But I'm not, well, I'm not anymore. I'm 6 feet tall, which is larger than Crystal size. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. Okay, we'll play a bit more once we get some background music, and there's actually a pausing moment here. Then we shall read some more in the chat. You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that fell within the scope of your duties. Duties. Oh, exploded one right off the bat. I am not yet a perfect servant of the law. That much is true. No, you are a human being, and that was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gavelle, and you are allowed to have them. About the president's death, too. Oh, do you think that they were canoodling? Do you think they were lovers? Do you think that his massive muscles turned her on? I can still hardly believe it. If I might ask, how did he die? Crushed by a kaiju's head! He was crushed to death by the head of a monster. Okay, he didn't pull any punches. He was crushed to death by the head of a monster known as Taurus Saurus. About the way you would expect a president to go. I think that's what happened to Lincoln in Ford's Theater. John Wilkes Booth dropped a kaiju head on him and then shouted, Sig Semper Tyrannis. Forgive me, I should probably explain. Is that true? Oh, does she know something about the kaiju head?
He died on the set of the movie. He did. Interesting that you should even know what Taurus is. Maybe she's a fan. Also, since we made it past the first step of the mind... Why? Oh. That one really got me. Oh, wow, that one got me. That has, like, got me worse than I think any of these have in a long time. Thank you, Atlantic. I'm saving. We got some background music. Let me catch up a little bit in the chat. Let's see. Nora said, I don't know the tooth one. Says, what is it? Queegator said, question, does this game have a volume setting in its menu? This one, I believe it does, if I remember correctly. Yeah, audio right there. I had to turn it down a little bit to make sure that you guys could hear me over it. But yes, it does. Nora said to Queen Katie, you know what song is stuck in my head that I'm whistling? Oh, that means I could have just muted it to play the clips earlier. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, Queen Katie. Yeah, Nora's saying, you know what song is stuck in my head that I'm whistling right now? I don't know. You like that Hot to Go song. Maybe it's that. Queen said, Oshi no Ko, or Alien Stage. Said, how could you forget something so important, Nora? Nora said, yep. Cure. Oak said, how have we gotten silence and not gotten silence in like an hour? Queen said, not my man. This is why I'm asking if the game has a volume slider, lol. Oak said, I think it does, but the sunk cost fallacy of waiting for silence has gone too far. 99% of the people waiting for silence quit before they hit big. Nora said, return of Batty Bound when? Probably not ever, I think. I doubt. Well, I don't know, maybe in the credits, closing credits, we'll probably see what happened with her and Tangaroa. Oak said, oh, okay, close enough. Nora said, I'm cold. Oak said, I wonder why. Nora said, probably because people dumped ice on me. Oak said, that can't be it. Eglin said, oh, I thought he was going to bring up my simp list again when questionable simping was brought up. Nah, we already shamed you for that last stream. Oak with a raid suggestion. That is someone we have raided before, but it's been a while. So I will copy that over to my text file. Thank you very much, Oak. Once again, in fact, we are almost to the 2.5 hour mark. So now is a good time to start keeping an eye out for Twitch raid suggestions for later on at the 3 hour mark. Nora says, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Oak said, how are we over 2 hours? That's insane. And there was where Fork came in. So, okay, I switched here. It's all good. Ooh, okay. Queegator said, mind chess incoming chat. Nora said, Batty Verity. Wait, who's the killer? Queegator said, for this case, we don't know yet. Oak said to Nora, we are having a trial for Lagarde. Nora said, Lagarde, she's already in prison. I know, but her evidence disappeared. And so she's in danger of getting set free. Unless we can find out what happened to her evidence. Queegator said, not yet. Technically, she has to be proven guilty. Oak said, I mean, as the warden. Nora said, what is happening? Oak said, but she hasn't been sentenced, so there is, sentenced to go there as a prisoner yet. Nora said, Verity X Lagarde, AO3 search. Oak says, Nora, you aren't old enough to go on AO3. Nora says, I don't. Oak says, good. Nora said, I might fall asleep. Oak says, who did that? Nora says, what? Oak said, what mod is here? Queegator said, do we have a secret mod? Crystal. Crystal said, wonder who? Nora said, Crystal. Queegator said, Crystal. Ra. Oak says, Ra. Crystal. Nora said, Logan, I'm gonna do a lot tomorrow. I promise Duolingo will be done a lot. Okay, just making sure. Because I don't want to have to do the whole thing myself. Let me take a look over at YouTube. Opinion says, okay, there we go. Toshi, hi. Wait. Yeah, oh, sorry. No, Toshi was already here. So for some reason, my brain read that. I said Toshi out loud. My brain read it as a different one. You've been here for a while. Toshi says, a bald cat suits. I read that earlier. I don't know. Sorry, I got excited. I mean, I was excited when you came here, but I misread that. My brain not work right now. Okay, so I am caught up over on YouTube. I thought there was new stuff there. I'll read just a couple more Twitch comments because I am so far behind. Crystal says, freezing. I'm in a pool. Crystal, what are you doing in a pool? That's where all your cousins drowned. They drowned by you. But still, I'm always in a body of water. Oak says, also, we have quotes. Nora, question mark. Crystal says, gimme. Queegator said, okay, we're just about to get into a mine chest, and then spoiler clips after the mine chest. Nora said, Crystal, why are you in a pool? Oak gives a quote to Crystal. Crystal says, cause it's summer vacation. I guess that's a good reason. I'm not in a pool, though. Because then I'd have to take my shirt off and wear a swim blazer. He did. Interesting that you shouldn't even know what Taurus is. Oh, curtsy. I imagine I must have heard about it from Eustace. She's a closet nerd. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the big building. She isn't fooling anybody. She's clearly very upset about something. The question is she upset that the president died, or is she upset that she might be a suspect? Is it going to turn out that Excelsius isn't Eustace's real dad? That
the president of Zhangfa was his real dad or something like that. So now she knows that his bio dad's dead. She mentioned Mr. Winner, who seems to have disappeared, along with some vital evidence. Oh crap, Eustace isn't gonna go and try and do a murder, is he? He didn't like steal the knife and the chisel to kill somebody with it, did he? Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the president, we should try to find out what else she might be hiding. Okay, again, I'm gonna save, because that's a pretty good save scum point if I fail at the next section. But we already eliminated one chess piece. We actually did surprisingly well in the last one, so maybe we'll do okay. See, only a little blurb there. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Where's Mr. Winner? Franziska stepped in to take Mr. Winner's place in the trial. But how was she supposed to prosecute the case if he never handed over all the evidence? My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceeds fairly once it has begun. And if once it has, vital evidence cannot be presented, it should surprise no one if the accused goes free. Bide my time, because she's defensive, right? That's what we're doing when she has her gavel out, we bide our time. I'm a judge, a servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. So, you have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winner's disappearance? Oh, come on, maybe she's his... No, I was gonna say his real mom. But it's harder to, like, hide the mom. I think babies come out of the mom. Of course I do. Although then again, it happened with Apollo and Trucy, so I don't know. Of course I do. He... ... I worry about him terribly, too. Okay, you worry about someone... You're worried about someone else as well? Wait, two? Does that mean... Oh, what about terribly, too? Is not just worry, but terribly, two. I don't know. I guess we'd have to hear how she said it. Does that mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine their identity might explain your strangely agitated state. I don't know what you're talking about. I am a servant of the law, and my feelings are immaterial. You're no servant, you're a person! We're all servants of the law, all of us who stand in the courtroom, but we're not superhuman. Well, I mean, Phoenix Wright is. He has this superhuman Magatama psyche lock ability. And Apollo Justice, he has superhuman eyesight, but I haven't met him yet. And Athena Sykes, whom I have also not met yet, has superhuman hearing. I just have logic. And then there's Maya, Faye, and Perfect. They could channel ghosts. Come to think of it, many of us in the courtroom are superhuman, but I'm not. Seems unfair in retrospect. We're just people underneath it all. Much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply isn't possible. Oh, we're halfway through. We already exploded two. Well, probably not halfway through. These next two will probably take longer than the first two, but we're making poggers. Oh. You are right, of course. I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment. Please, Judge Gavelle, just tell us the truth. Thank you, Toilet Duck. Thank you for reminding me, yes, because we need to keep scumming our saves here. I feel like, but again, I feel like we're doing well. Maybe at the end of the game, I have finally got the hang of this mind chess thing. Let me have a sip of water and I'll read some more in the chat. Let's see, Crystal says, and we having a family outing. Oh yeah, you said you're like in a different province now? I don't know how that works in the Philippines. Isn't the Philippines like mostly different islands and things? Crystal adds a quote and says, poop. Oak said, did you just reduce slow mode because of poop? Crystal says, oof, that's not what I was supposed to do. And a little evil face. Crystal with a keyboard slam. Oak said, wait, no, put it back. Oak said, 2-3 seconds, not emote only. Crystal says, meow. Oak said, oh, wow, asking nicely works. Thank you. Crystal says, you're welcome. Crystal says, how far is Logan from the chat, though? Probably like 20 minutes. Oak says, he's not actually that far. Crystal says, oh, that's okay, that's good. Oak said, like 25 minutes or something. Oak says, which is considered good nowadays. Crystal says, yup. And a timestamp to 2150. Oh, look at that, I'm 12 minutes behind. I'm doing great. And thank you, Crystal, for cross-posting the link tree over to YouTube. Just notice that. So if you're lurking on YouTube and didn't hear me talk about it earlier, that link tree right there in the chat If you click that, that'll give you a Discord invite link. We have a small Discord, but some really awesome people there. My TikTok, my YouTube, which are...
Logan muted.
How long have I been muted? How long? Oh, I bet I probably bumped it while I was talking about the link tree. I hope that's what it was. So that's what I was just saying. There was a link tree over there, and that's got all my social media stuff. I gave a whole spiel, but apparently you don't need. I think my arm had bumped the bottom of there. There's a the button for muting it is on the bottom, and it's one of those. It's like, you know, your iPhone where it's just like touching it activates it. It's what's a biometrics sensitive. So all you missed after that was me reading to say Crystal laughing, and then Oak doing a duty command, and then Oak with an evil face, and Atlantic did the light mode redeem. So yes, I'm sorry that I was muted there. I should get back in the game, and I'll read some more of the chat in just a little bit here. Please, Judge Gavel, just tell us the truth. What's going on? Did I save? Actually, I'll save once he has his little green line that'll tell us what we're gonna ask for next. I'm so conflicted. So obviously, oh, this is a new sprite with her. We haven't seen her be like panicked like that before. Wait, is she panicked? Chad, is she panicked or is she enjoying that like a lot? I honestly can't tell if she's distressed or if she's like really into this, like really, because I mean, she's either hyperventilating or she is having a better time than you should be allowed to have in a rated T for teen game. What do I do? What do I do? I've never seen her lose her composure like this. I've never seen a woman make that face before. I should ask her who this person is she's so worried about. Okay, we're gonna save again, because there's our green question there. So I can keep that in mind if I gotta save scum back to this point. Who would it be? Rosie Ringer's dead, obviously. She wanted Excelsius to get caught, so it's not him. It's not Franziska or Fender. Maybe it's Sean? It could be Sean over in the movie set. Maybe she knows him. Maybe, I still think Sean might be the grandson of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto, because each of them had a kid that went missing, right? What if Judge Gavel is one of the kids? How old is Gavel? Oh crap, we can't go to the court record. How old is Gavel? Could Judge Gavel be one of the kids of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto? I would assume Artie Frost, because you probably wouldn't want to... Well, unless you wanted revenge on Gusto. Because again, I think we were just assuming they were sons. And we saw the picture. Is she Sean's mother? Or if not necessarily her mother, maybe just related, but spoiler chat is probably laughing at me because I'm probably completely wrong, because I've been trying to say before what happened to those two kids. One of them might be a girl. What if it's Verity? How old is her? Let me look at the bottom of the chat overlay, see if anyone... Oh, Queen Gate is at 26! That works! 26! So then she would have been 8 years old when that happened in the past. 26 minus 18 is 8. The kid, that fits! The age fits! Thank you, Queen Katie and Crystal, for pinning that message. I think she is the child of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto. Probably not Gusto, because I think Gusto did refer to his kid as a son. So is she Artie Frost's daughter? Again, either I just hit the nail on the head with something really good, or your spoiler chat is laughing at me for this. But that's what that's what I'm gonna go with. That's my new theory. That Gavel is Artie Frost's daughter, maybe Carmela Gusto's, but I'm gonna guess Artie Frost's daughter. And that the other person that she's worried about is probably Sean, because that's either her son or maybe the son of the other child from that situation. Maybe both. If the two kids of Carmela Gusto and Artie Frost, if one was a boy and the other was a girl, the two of them together could have made a baby. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just spitballing here. I feel like it's been a while in this game since I've, at least a few streams since I've taken a real big guess at something. But I feel pretty good about that. So yeah, I bet she's worried about Sean. And Sean might be her son. Because he's an actor, and so it might be a fake name, might be a stage name. They both got brown hair. It might explain why he's always so serious, she's always so serious. It would explain why she knew about the movie, why she knows about Torosaurus. I feel good about this. I feel really good about this. Okay, let's keep going. Let's play a little bit more. And again, I'll be back to the chat soon. I should ask her about who this person is she's so worried about. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Her professional mask is finally beginning to slip. Perhaps now I can get to the human being underneath. Who are you? Hang on, I gotta ask this. We're gonna lose points, but I need to ask it. We can save scum. This person you're so worried about, is it Torosaurus? Is that why you were worried about his head falling off a building? I can tell you it is only a costume. The real Torosaurus is alive and well, do not worry. I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth. It's not a joke. When I told you how the president was killed, you got worried. I could see it in your eyes, and you knew who Torosaurus was. Are you his mother? Are you part cow kaiju? Are you part cowju? Wait, no, that just sounds like a Jewish bovine. Which if you are, no judgments. You seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Torosaurus. That was simply shock at learning how he died. And where? A half-built film set on an empty lot. Is there something wrong with where he died? Wait, was that actually what I was supposed to ask? Did I try and do the funny? Did I do the right thing? It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling to you. Oh, crap, I think I'm on the right track, actually. No, that's not true at all. It's just film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead a great man met his end there. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. Okay, I'm gonna save on a staggered slot, because I thought I was being a goofball here, but I might have accidentally did a not stupid. But we're staggering, so I still have the other save slot in case I need to go back. Let me read some chat, because that surprised me. I was trying to be funny. I should learn not to try to be funny. But yes, there was Atlantic did the light mode redeem. Atlantic said, almost let a stream go by without a single disruption. And again, that one got me real good. I don't know why my defenses were down so much with that, but well done, Atlantic. And Crystal with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much, Crystal. I will copy these over into my text file because, thank you, Tomcat. Thank you, Oak. Wait, does that mean I need to get back into the game? Is this important? Let me just copy these raid suggestions over real quick because we are, oh crap, we're like 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. So I actually do need to hurry up both of the game and with chat. We're at least going to make sure that we definitely finish the mind chest tonight. We're not gonna leave this hanging unless it's like a really, really long one. But thank you very much, Crystal. Like I said, just copying. Oh, I typed that wrong. Over to my text file, thank you very much. And Oak says, also we should raid, Tony's Game Lounge. Let me copy that over as a raid suggestion as well. We should, he wants me to be on his podcast soon, actually. In a couple weeks, he wants me to record an episode. I don't know what we're supposed to talk about. What should I talk about on a podcast about streaming? Eglin said, love that TikTok knows the kind of dumb compilations I like. I went to look for an idiots in cars comp and it gave me idiots brake checking semi-trucks. Wow, Eglin. And Oak with the timestamp 2:32:32. I'm 11 minutes behind. Castle says she has unnecessary feelings. She does, but is it for her child? Apparently it's for a kaiju. Let me take a look over at YouTube real quick here. Toshi says we're literally inside superhuman mind chess version. Okay, but this, I feel like, is this a superpower? Does this count? Or is this just how he sees human conversations? Is this how he interprets basic human interactions? I'm not quite sure. But at least it is more exciting than just logic. Opinion says, yeah, you're only muted a few seconds, don't worry. Okay, I think it was when I was pointing over there at my second monitor where I have the YouTube chat up that I think I bumped the button. Opinion says, Verity having a panicked hyperventilating sprite is such a good idea, but they just did not do her face right, so now nobody take it seriously. I hate it. I'm sorry that I didn't take it seriously either. It looked like it could be interpreted multiple ways. It wasn't like Kay's. Kay's like legit unsettled me. I think it was because that, you know, in the last game especially, we came to have a very kind of father-daughter relationship with Kay, and so I do feel protective of her as a character, and it was unsettling seeing her that panicked. Opinion says Gavel's 26, but both the kids were both the kids were sons. I mean, I guess. I know that we referred to them as sons, but I thought that we had just assumed that. So maybe I'm wrong. Opinion says, and AA is not putting a canonically trans character in their games unless you count Kisegawa. Opinion says, Sean has black hair. Was it black? Darn it. Okay, I was wrong. I felt so good about that for like 2 minutes. Toshi says, let him cook. Opinion says he's cooking with fake ingredients. Apparently, yeah, I stumbled right into it, the smart thing accidentally here, though, at least with the mind chest. So let's keep going here. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. A crew member found him. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. Okay, yeah, that's why. So she is worried about Sean because he's in the cast and worried about Sean. But why would Sean care about a president being dead? Again, unless Sean is the president's kid. They don't have the same hair color, though, because I think President Wang's hair is more orangish, right? But again, maybe she called him a great man. Maybe the two of them had a thing going on. But I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene, a crew member and a young actor. Sean Fenn. Oh, is how you react? How do you react? I don't know if that was because of the name or because I smacked your rook. No. Why did this have to happen? Okay, so it is Sean that she's worried about. Something about the Taurosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. Okay, I'm gonna save again, because we have accidentally stumbled upon a smart path here. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Who are you worried about? We'll ask that, because it's not Eustace, because she said in addition she's worried about somebody else. Judge Gavel, who are you so worried about, and where are they? My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you that. Deploy your clue, bro! That is a clue! I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. That was the... Okay, worried about Winner. The person you're so worried about, is it Mr. Winner? He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Okay, so she's on the defensive again, so we'll bide our time. Of course I'm worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. Bide my time. He chose to disappear, and he can choose to reappear. I'm not if he died. Maybe he got truck-cooned into a different world. And the other person you're worried about can't? That's not something I am at liberty to talk about, because the other person is a kid, is a minor. Well, I mean, I guess Eustace is a minor too, but he's like a littler kid. He can't just leave on his own. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did. It's Sean. It's Sean. That poor child? Who do you mean? That poor child? Who are you talking about? Oh. Nobody, please. It was nothing. Ignore it. You know, for the entire game, she's had a calm and composed demeanor, and now she's like freaking out like crazy. But if she is his mom, I guess that's understandable. Judging by the look on her face, I definitely shouldn't. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Okay, now who are you worried about? Deploy your clue,
There we go. Time to deploy my clue. That poor child is missing, aren't they? So, and I joked before about Sean having a milk carton and being the missing child on the milk carton. Was that a clue in the game that he's a missing child? That he has the milk carton not just because of the cow theme, but because he himself is a missing child? So this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them. So, is it Dijon Wang's kid? Or is it gonna be the grandson of either Artie Frost or Carmelo Gusto? And he was at the museum, the Artie Frost exhibit. So, does he know that that's who his grandfather is? Okay, so maybe Judge Gavelle. Maybe Judge Gavelle isn't Artie Frost's daughter. Maybe Rosie Ringer's lover is Artie Frost's daughter. She hooked up with him. And maybe Rosie Ringer is Sean Fenn's mom. And what she wanted revenge for from 12 years ago is, yes, her lover died, but also then she had the baby, and maybe something happened to him and he disappeared and was taken from her. So it's not just that her boyfriend, husband, lover, whatever died. I don't think it's specified exactly by defining the relationship, what he is. That maybe her baby got taken as well, and he's missing. And Gavelle, for some reason, feels compelled to find him? Or that she did find him and has been keeping an eye on him and knows that he's Sean? Okay. And since you say child, I suppose we're right in assuming that this person is a minor. I can't answer, and I won't. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president. Okay, and we're going to save again because, once again, we're making progress, and I feel like at any time we could suddenly lose a lot of hit points because we're almost halfway down on there. I should read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Castle says, oop, Twitch did not like him talking about YouTube, just since the YouTube plug. Eglin said, once you started talking about the TikTok, I think. Oak said, the sprite looks very much like it could be taken out of context. And then Quickgator said, Gavelle is 26, so I'm really close to catching up on chat. Eglin said, either a nat 1 or a nat 20. Roll your dice, D&D nerds. I feel like that's how it is with all of my big swing guesses. Okay, let's keep going. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president. Time to deploy my clue. It's someone from the movie, isn't it? You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Taurosaurus. The poor child you mentioned has something to do with the movie, don't they? Oh, why does this sprite make me make this sound? Oh, how did you? You're usually so cool and collected, like I said, yeah. Your discomfort told me everything I needed to know. Who is this poor child? You have to tell us. Very well. You've figured out so much already. It's gonna be Sean Fenn. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I'm so worried about, the person I'm so desperate to find is Sean Fenn! I'm sorry, in her voice, is Sean Fenn. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save again. And we're gonna stagger our save back up here because we made some good progress there. I'll read a couple more comments in the chat though. Queen said, oh, spoiler chat is def talking about something. It's because it's that Sean is the kid here. Oh, we have a pinned message. Queen said, reminder, it's pinned by, oh, it's Vero, finally Vero, how's your stomach feeling? Queen Gator said, reminder, Logan, the reason why Sean was at that museum was mainly because he was wondering why his fellow actor Judy Bound retired. Oh, well, okay, you said that's what he wanted to talk to her about. But, I mean, maybe he had multiple reasons, or maybe it was just a coincidence. But I feel like there's gotta be a connection. I hope that Artie Frost and Gusto's kids aren't just abandoned, like in Apollo Justice when the judge is like, the Chief Justice's kid is dying of incuritis. And then we never find out. It's like, okay, a kid died.
And we're just okay with that. Oh, Vera said, been in and out, chat. Okay, so Vero, you missed it. We had a Transformers bit of trivia earlier about when we were inspecting the model of the courthouse in the courthouse lobby. That apparently the fan translation, because like it had this whole joke about it transforming into a robot, and apparently the fan translation had Edgeworth saying it was more than meets the eye. But Vero, how is your stomach feeling? I hope you're doing a bit better. And thank you for the pin message. And Oak says, whether it's because you're a genius or a doofus is up to you. Oh, and Eglin with a hydrate command. I know I just took a sip, but I'll do it right now. I'll finish off my water here. Thank you very much, Eglin, and then we'll get back in the game. And because it's Eglin, I know that means a stretch as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The person I am so worried about, the person I am so desperate to find, is Sean Fenn. Sean? But why? Are you the protagonist of Fallout 4? He's always shouting about Sean, I must find Sean, but then all of a sudden he'll just hang out with Nick Valentine for several hours on end. And like, oh, Nick, I will help you with whatever, because you're... Oh, Nick. Nick. That man. Oh. Back to the game. I don't know what that was. That is more than I can allow you to know. Judge Cavell, you said you would tell us the truth. Why did you say us? Do you have a mouse in your pocket? And if you don't give up voluntarily, we will have to force it from you. I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Okay, we're going to save again. So yeah, this mind chess has been going like shockingly smoothly. I didn't even have to reload once so far, knock on wood. Even when I was trying to just do a goofy answer. Okay, so we gotta ask why she's so desperate to find Sean. Yeah, do you know him? Do you know Sean personally? He is famous. Curtsy. I doubt there are many people who do not know him. I certainly didn't until today. Then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. Oh crap, am I gonna lose hit points right after I said I haven't lost hit points? There is almost nothing I don't know about him. Oh, that's weird. We gotta bide our time because she's got her thing extended. Forgive me. Curtsy. I allowed myself to get a little carried away. That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up. Look. I do not know him personally. I simply know a lot about him. If she's 26, she can't be Sean's mom. Because she's too young to be Sean's mom. But... she could be his big sister. I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. Do you know where he is? We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where he might be? Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all. We're certainly not family members with one another. Why did I voluntarily bring that up? I'll need a clue if I'm going to pursue this line of questioning any further. I should try another tack for now. Okay, so are you a fan? Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps? Am I? Yes, I am. I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. I feel like that's weird for an adult to be a big fan of a child actor. That is a little weird. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Oak said, no, I was just trying to get you like Atlantic did. Oh, that's why he did the Tomcat. I gotta say, they're all loud, but I feel like the volume, the light mode redeem is the loudest, probably followed by objection, and then after that is because it's a game, and then Tomcat. So just if you want a hierarchy of loudness of those. Queen Gator said, oh yeah, Tony finally finished Digimon Cyber Sleuth last night. We stayed up till 3 a.m. my time for it. Oh, no! See? Thank you, Eglin, for the objection. But Queen Katie, speaking of Digimon, did you watch PlayStation's State of Games or whatever it's called? The other day, they had a Digimon game in there. Oak said, you better send a link to the podcast if you are in it. Queen said, so the next big thing Tony wants to do now is apparently Mario 64 co-op and getting all of the stars, which there are over 100. Then you can get Yoshi up on the roof, right? Eglin said, is Edgeworth a superhuman or just autistic? And Oak says both. Queen Gator said, compared to every other protag with powers, he's just autistic, whose hyperfixation is chess and logic. Reminder, Logan, that was pinned earlier. Queen Gator said, please pin if any mods are up and alive. What the ba-ba-ba?
God bless Tylenol is all I have to say. On a lighter note, here's Transformers check. Jalopy. Who is Bro and why does he have that atrocious color scheme? Anyway, congrats Jalopy fans for the Age of the Prime's upcoming toy of him. Bro is obscure.
Bro's is obscure that I can't find him in the Transformers wiki, and I'm convinced he's a bit made to fool me. Kind of is. He's not a canon character. It's a fan character. So what it is, there was a leak that came out. It was either late last night or early this morning. I can't remember which. In fact, I wanted to talk about the Transformers channel, but I'm so busy I really haven't been able to post in there, of some of the new toys coming out next year. And one of them is going to be named Jalopy. And somebody found a picture, it's like a recolor of Jazz named Jalopy, but it's a fan-made thing. So it's not an official thing. He's not a real canon character. So this Jalopy that's getting a toy is a new character. The more reliable rumor is that he's probably going to be a Junkian, because Jalopy, of course, is like a dilapidated car, like a rundown old junker type of a car. And so he's probably just going to be like a repaint or a remold of a pre-existing, because like 2 years ago, they had Junkians. They came out with some new ones. So it's probably gonna be like a remold of one of those in like different colors or something like that. So that's who it is. So Jalopy doesn't exist yet. That was just a fan thing. So it was kind of just made to fool you, and that's why you can't find it on the wiki, because that wiki is crazy thorough. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. And Oak says, Logan, stop moaning on camera. Castle says, I was envisioning a panicked shriek, but sure. Quigate said, by the way, chat, spoiler clips incoming soon. Wait, plural? Quigate says, Vero. Oak says, Vero. Vera said, been in and out of chat. Oh, yeah. I remember Katie mentioning it. Yeah, I'm glad. Hopefully the Tylenol is helping with your stomach. I should play some more of the game, I suppose. I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. Bide my time, because she's got her thing telescoped. I heard that he was filming near the bigger building, so I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details. I see. I suppose that makes sense. As a fan, you'd want to know such things. I imagine you would also have tried to learn when he was supposed to be on set. Yes, of course. He said he would be filming there all day today. You really are obsessed, aren't you? Because he said, so you heard it from him. You make it sound like you heard that from Sean himself. I don't think he'd be sharing his schedule with a mere fan, do you? Well, I have a very intricate parasocial relationship with him. I misspoke. Ignore me. Every slip of the tongue she makes seems to do with Sean. And once again, we're gonna save again, because and once again, staggering. We're doing, I'm getting more nervous. The more well I do in this mind chest, the more nervous I get that I'm totally gonna screw it up. By the way, I'm sorry we're past the 3-hour marks. We are gonna finish this mind chest at least. But every slip of the tongue she makes seem to do with Sean. And now we know she's spoken with him. That's an important clue. Do you know him? Was that the one where we need to... No, the other one was Connection. I should have done the other one. This is probably wrong. Do you know Sean personally? He's famous. Yeah, I didn't. Then you clearly need to be better informed. I think we did the wrong one, but that's okay. We don't lose hit points for it, because he just needs a better tack. Bide my time. And he'll say that he needs a clue. It was the other one that we should have done. Look, I do not know him personally. I simply know a lot about him. Oh, wait, maybe this is the right one. Oh, I did get the right one. I thought I messed up, but I didn't. Time to deploy my clue. You must have spoken to him. I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried. And you implied before that you had spoken to him, which must surely mean that you know him personally. We're doing well. Oh! How did I give away so much? So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely an important clue. Do you know where he is? Okay, because this is where she said that she has no connection to him whatsoever.
We're trying to find Sean too. Do you have any idea where he might be? Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all. Time to deploy my... Did I make an entire mind chest without getting any hits? Not losing any hit points other than just time? The two of you are very much connected. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. You've as good as told us that it does. Wait, it's still there? Okay, I spoke too soon. I can still lose. Let me save the game again. Keep safe scumming. I thought that was gonna be it. I thought we're gonna be done. I'm gonna read some more in the chat though. Quigator said, yep, as soon as I learned, I told Vero in the spoiler chat. Castle says, quote, I swore I would tell the truth and nothing but the truth, but I absolutely did not swear to tell the whole truth. Queen Katie said, I did. I'm hyped they finally revealed the date for the new Digimon game. Vera said, I knew it. I knew he was not real because why is his head the same color as a torso? It'd be funny if they made him real. I saw a Marvel Comics panel of him and I thought it was crazy. What he is he was a fan character based on, there's a Marvel Comics panel where they miscolored Jazz. And so a fan made an OC that was basically saying that character is Jalopy. So that's where it tracks. I had never heard of Jalopy before, but apparently other people started talking about it after this. But yes, it's just, I mean, the word Jalopy just means a rundown type of a car. But anyway, we're almost there. Come on, we can do this. Oh, please, Judge Gavel, you have to help us try and find him. Help you? That would never be allowed. By whom? The goddess of justice. No, it's whoever's like blackmailing her? By the one person who knows where he is. Eustace, maybe? I don't know. Is Eustace really a bad guy? The person who kidnapped him, the person who chased him? Chased him? Don't lie to me. Crap, I think I'm gonna lose hit points. I'll expose you in the end. Yeah, that's wrong. Crap. I have neither the time nor the patience for your grandstanding right now, Mr. Edgeworth. No, crap, I did lose hit points. No, I thought I was gonna do a perfect run. Crap, I don't want to, I'm gonna reload so I don't have to get back to that point. Oh. I was so close. I think I jinxed myself a bit too much there. Okay. Please, Judge. But someone kidnapped him? I thought he just left. We're using the word kidnapped. I feel like we're making some assumptions, but again, maybe he was kidnapped as a baby. The person who kidnapped him? There we go. But we'd have no reason to think he was kidnapped or chased. But again, I was saying the milk carton thing, so maybe that's the assumption. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place, and yes, I almost accidentally said the Vero pieces. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it! He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Oh! Oh! That was a bad scream. I don't scream in woman voice very well. Judge Gavel, I need you to tell me the truth. All of it. Very well. This time, curtsy, I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped. I knew it. But why does that have anything to do with you? The question is, was he kidnapped like just now from the set, or was he kidnapped as a baby? I am. That is, Sean is. ... Should we end here? Should we end the stream right here with I am, that is, Sean is? Let me read a couple of comments in the chat while we decide if we're gonna just end right here. Let's see. Quigator said, I have 2 spoiler clips about this mine chest. Oak says, how long is this mine chest? Well, they've been getting longer and longer in this game. Quigator said he's just about nearly done. It is the last chess piece. Oak says, okay. TF fans are bored enough to pull this bit, I guess. Well, I think the Jalopy fan character was made like before the name was released. It was just like a coincidental happenstance that they were able to suddenly spread it. Now, Quigator said, no, he finally screwed up. Oak says the Vero pieces are finally starting to fall into place. Vero laughing. Quigator said, no, Logan! I have spoiler clips. Well, let me take a look what YouTube thinks. Opinion says, very good Mind Chess. You've improved a lot since the lot of Mind Chess. I thank you. Thank you. I feel like I am finally getting the hang of it. I almost had a perfect one. So thank you very much for that. Vera says, cruel man. I'm for it. It'll be a good cliffhanger.
Should I? Okay, you know, we're going to see it. We're going to see it. Because I'm actually really curious. And after we hear the revelation, it might give me the chance to like think about it and concoct maybe more guesses and theories before next stream. So let's find out what it is. Because if she's 26 and Sean is 13, right? So she should be too young to be his mom. Unless she was pregnant at like age 12 or 13. And that'd be real dark for this game to do that. So I don't think they're going to do that. So I think she's going to say that Sean is her younger brother, maybe. And because she's saying, I was thinking earlier that, well, no, because then she can't be Rosie Ringer's daughter. And I want Sean to be Rosie Ringer's son. Maybe she's her aunt? Sean is... Okay, let's find out. Let's find out. They went dark with the teen pregnancy route. He's my son. Gavel, you understand math, right? What? Well, we may not have found out what she and President Wang were talking about. We may have not have found the resolution to one crime, but we've discovered a second crime. But we found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted. Not exactly the end game I was expecting, but that's checkmate nonetheless. Made chess checkmate. I want to think she's lying, but she said it's the whole truth after mind chess, so I think we're supposed to assume, based on game mechanics, that that's the truth. Whew. Well.
What? You're Sean's mom, Judge Gavel? No way. Come on, you're too young.
Okay, they're bringing... hang on. Okay, they're bringing it up. Okay, the last time we had a surprise kid was Phoenix and Trucy. So maybe she's not his biological mom, but maybe the thing that happened 12 years ago was that he was abandoned. Maybe by Rosie Ringer, maybe just by somebody else. And she adopted him. In a way that'd be kind of sweet that she's been acting like a mom to Eustace. So maybe she adopted him as a baby, that he was like abandoned. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look. What? What are you... hottest new kid on the block, Sean Penn. An epic rivalry is born. A magazine clipping. And sad music. Let's save our game. I gotta read some more in the chat. Wow. Let's see. Vera said it'll be a good cliffhanger. This is still a good cliffhanger, I think. Oak says, I'll say keep it going to feed Katie. Queen Katie said, yeah, I was waiting the whole time to post them. Vera's laughing. Castle says, it'd be really funny if the next message was, well, ... We decided to end stream there. Oh, that would have been good. Vera said, yeah. Queen Katie cackles. Oak says, holy crap, the smile fade. Okay, so we got what looks like 2 clips here. So if anyone is lurking or doesn't know the deal, Queen Katie's really good about this. Anytime that I accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, maybe I guess something right or accidentally foreshadow something, Queen Katie gets spoiler clips, we're calling them. So we can see when I guessed or maybe accidentally foreshadowed something. So we're gonna take a quick look at these 2 clips. The first one is a YouTube clip. Let me load this up on the clip viewer. This one's titled, Yay, Twitch Curse. Nah, I think one person will be sad. AAI2 Case 5 spoiler clip. So let's see what this clip is. I imagine they were trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Ms. Ringer's keycard was used late last night. Maybe it'll be Verity Gavel. Maybe she's the murderer here.
I think everybody will be happy if Verity Cavell gets executed.
Oh, that's
for
why
murder,
no one will
right?
be sad because
Nobody
Sean.
will be sad if Cavell dies, right?
So apparently Sean would be sad. I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't know. That's the other thing we do. Sometimes I just say things I don't know what I'm actually saying. And one more clip titled Sean and His Milk.
Ah, the old candy Gambit usually works like a charm. So near, and yet so far.
I hope that, like, Sean is secretly a runaway kid and he's missing and his milk carton has a picture of him on it, but nobody notices or bothers to check because he's always chugging from it. That's probably why he drinks from it. He, like, opens up the fridge like, crap, it's a milk carton, they'll see my face, and just chugs it. You weren't near at all.
Okay, so I mean, it's kind of, I mean, we don't know if he's actually a runaway, because I am still sticking with my guess that it is related to whatever happened 12 years ago. And so he might just be abandoned and kidnapped. I don't know. There's some chatting over on YouTube I should check out there. Opinion says, okay, yeah, this is a spoiler, but I feel like it needs to be clarified immediately that Sean is adopted. Verity was not pregnant at 13. Okay, so it is a Phoenix Trucy right thing. Whew, said, I don't care about it being a spoiler because it shouldn't have been. This was not thought through by the writers. Yeah, so that is a relief. That much is a relief. I'm sorry if that was spoilers to anybody, but I do feel much better about that right now. So, let me take a look at the chat. I think I'm almost caught up to chat. But thank you very much for the spoiler clips, Queen Katie. And I was just joking about the milk carton. Do you think that was intentional? That if he's a missing kid and he's hit, because that's like a common trope in like in the West, the idea that missing kids' pictures are on milk cartons. Do they do that in like the East, in Japan? Is that a thing over there too? I'm curious to know about that. Oak says, I knew about this and I didn't do the math. Vera said, Cavell adopting kids left and right. Sean would bully Eustace into oblivion, except Edgeworth is gonna adopt Eustace now, unless Edgeworth wants to have a sham marriage with Cavell so they can both be parents while he's secretly cavorting with that man. Castle said, a magazine clipping probably would not fly as legal evidence of being someone's mom. It's like no, why else would I cut out a clipping about a small child? Must be the mom. Chris with an emote. Queen Katie says, I am happy now. And there we go. 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 3 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, I could probably turn slow mode off there now. Oh boy. And Queen Katie said, if it was intentional, then I do wonder if Sean was the first to be concepted before the actual Moozilla was made into the game or so. Oh, that is a good question. Like, which came first? The cow or the milk? Instead of the chicken and the egg, which came first, the cow or the milk? Oak said, thank you for the very Wikipedia stream. It made me smile. Thank you for the reminder. I got to check out, for those who missed it earlier, Vero. Oak? Yeah, because I know Vero came in late. Oak made a wiki for our community. Although, I don't know, Oak, did you post it over on the Discord? Maybe we can check it out. Maybe Vero already saw. Quick said, thank you for the very Verity stream. Yeah, so I'm going to check out these raid suggestions. See if we can pick out one of these here. One of them is playing that Guilty as Sock game that I wanted to try out. That a certain someone in the chat gifted me. So maybe we should do that, because yeah, there's two that have like the same, well, okay, this one has one more viewer than the other one, but I want to see what this Guilty as Sock game actually is like. The other one is playing Mad Father, and I kind of want to play that at some point, so that might be kind of spoilers. But before we head over there, I want to give you all the rundown, especially since we got a bunch of lurkers over on YouTube as well. I need to figure out how to do, Cypher said that we can't do raids on YouTube. Maybe we should like find someone and just say like, hey, go check out this other person's. Well, I could have sworn that I saw a stream once that actually did a raid on YouTube, but I just don't know how it happened. But I know Crystal already posted this over on YouTube earlier, but I'm going to post it again, just for any new lurkers that might be there. Here is a link tree that I'm cross-posting over there. That includes all my social media stuff, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Twitch, my Twitter, all that stuff. Feel free to check it out. The Discord invite link should be active there. We have a small community, but awesome people. But if you're not into Discord, that is totally fine as well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and initiate the raid. Oh, and I got to give you the schedule. So we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Right now, we're alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. And both games were like in the latter stages of it, so like very exciting stuff is happening. So that means tomorrow, Friday, is going to be Metaphor Refantasio. And Sunday, we're going to pick up where we're leaving right here with this magazine clipping to find out about the adoption proceedings, hopefully. So we'll go ahead and initiate the raid there. Crystal, thank you so much for typing out the raid message so I can copy that on my clipboard as well. Read the couple other comments that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, Crystal with some dancing emotes. Queen Katie said, thank you for the very Verity stream. Yes, it was Verity. Very, very, very tea stream. Crystal said, thank you for the very ... twisty stream. And there's the link. Crystal posted the wiki link. Should we make a command for that link? Would that be too self-indulgent if I had a command for my own wiki as just a small streamer with only 1,000 Twitch followers? Crystal says, wiki! Vera said, thank you for the very looks at smudged writing on sweaty hand. Where is Eustace stream? Garlic said, thank you for the very Ace Attorney Prosecutor's Gambit stream. I love how many people are joining in the thank you for the very... Wasn't that Oak who started that? Now everybody does that. Let's see. Oak says, good night, everyone. Love y'all. Chris said, baby. Yes, I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It is a... I cannot tell you how much it makes me happy to like spend time with all of you and to hang out in these streams. It is a huge highlight of everything that I'm doing in my life right now. And so thank you all for being here and hanging out with me. Oak says, I think it was Katie. Oh, maybe it was Katie then. But either way, I love how it's caught on. Crystal makes a wiki command. Look there. And Vera said, see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. And Opinion over on YouTube says, have a good night, everyone. Yes, I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Toilet Duck. I think I did save, but I will save again, just to be absolutely sure. There we go. So you can see that I did respond to the command. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, sorry, on YouTube, I still don't know if rating is possible, but good night as well.